Yo, chat, we are live and it is round 3 of the Fide World Cup 2023 and India ke maximum players have kind of made it to this round and we have a lot of active games. कोई भी game आसपास भी नहीं है ये खत्म होने के 2 घंटे हो चुके हैं. So we are right here at the perfect time, bhai. Chat, let me know if you can hear me and see me. Everything is fine and let's have a look at the games, bhai. आज बताने वाला है because Gukesh is also worse. Let's start from this game itself. भाई ओपनिंग में ही कुछ गड़बड़ हो गई थी यहां पे जहां पे बिशप b6 खेला गया था एंड सडनली बिकॉज दिस पॉन इज अ वीकनेस, सडनली इस पॉन को बचाने के चक्कर में गुकेश की पूरी पोजीशन ना मतलब टाइट डाउन सी हो गई है. एंड नाउ सडनली यू कैन सी व्हाइट हैज मोर पॉन्स इन द सेंटर, हैज मोर एक्टिव पीसेस. Black's king side is a bit weaker and ये knight e3, knight f5 is a very good maneuver and Gukesh is slightly worse against SL. क्या लग रहा है चैट? क्या SL गुकेश को हरा के क्या SL को स्पेशल पावर दी गई है विशी आनंद के हाथ कि भाई विशी आनंद ट्रेन कर रहे हैं SL को भाई कि भाई इंडिया में 1 चाहिए मुझे ऐसे ऐसे हराना है गुकेश को. Of course I'm kidding but you get the joke anyways. ऑलमोस्ट 1 की प्रग पे भी आएंगे यार. यो जानवी कैसे हो? यो अमे भाई, यो आदर्श, यो मैत्रिक, यो अगस्त्या, यो मैं IPL लॉ वीडियो कराने स्ट्रीम को करते शुरू. आई एम रूटिंग फॉर SL. हे तनिष्क का, हे मनु, एज का भाई क्या हाल है? सो क्लियरली राइट नाउ इन दिस करंट मोमेंट विद 28 minutes on the clock, almost half of what SL has, Gukesh is kind of little bit struggling, yeah. So going to VD's game, Vidit has the black pieces against Bluebaum Matthias. Now, Bluebaum Matthias is, of course, a very strong German player and, maybe slightly weaker than Vidit, but as we have seen, यहाँ पे कुछ भी हो सकता है इस tournament में. There's no favorites in the Fide World Cup. ठीक है? So clearly, right now, White slightly better with this more space. But long term, after knight f6, takes. Let's say knight f6, takes. Let's say a3, knight f5. Long term. You can see how this is a threat. Knight takes d4 set. So Vidit has long-term play in the endgame, and ये position is very, very, alive right now. Arey, second year, nice bhai. So Vidit's game is very, very interesting. Now coming to Nihal, whose game is already in an endgame, but he has the black pieces against Daniel Bogdan, who's just as same rating as Nihal. So यहाँ पे technically, at least in classical, Nihal is meeting his match. But एक चीज ध्यान रखना chat. यहां पे Nihal can play a trump card, right? He's playing somebody who's just as good as him in classical. So where does Nihal's skill set lie? In rapid and blitz. So the ideal scenario for Nihal, just in case he has the choice between making a choice of pushing in classical or taking the rapid, he can just take the rapid. So I think yahan pe Nihal he will be the favorite in the rapid section. So right now the game is roughly balanced and Nihal is still fighting. And going to the game of Pragg, who's playing David Navara. Not David Navara जी बहुत ही खतरनाक खिलाड़ी रहे हैं पिछवाड़े में, मतलब पास्ट में. But I would say कि right now he is past his prime. As you can see, he has white hair just like me. So me and he have something in common here. We both are half retired. So I would say कि Pragg should be the favorite. ठीक है, he should be the favorite here. Right now you can see double pawns for David Navara. And even though he has the f4 square, I still prefer white overall because I always have g3 to kick the knight away. Both look kind of same. I know. Chashma bhi same हमारे भाई. We kind of look similar also. Yo, Juma भाई क्या हाल है? Juma भाई sounds a bit weird. And you have to Gukesh बता रहे भाई. We are coming to Gukesh very quickly. And then उसके अलावा कौन सी गेम रह गई? I think we have covered all the games once. Arjun. So Arjun is playing with white against Fedoseev. Now Fedoseev बहुत ही खतरनाक खिलाड़ी है. Not only in classical, but especially in rapid and blitz. So looking at Arjun's forte here, he should finish this off in classical. I have to be honest, I have seen Fedoseev defeat Carlsen in rapid and blitz, so I'm really hoping he can defeat Fedoseev in classical. Rapid blitz mein, he would really face tough competition. Fedoseev will defeat Carlsen, Vidit, everybody. Humpy also winning. By the way, Harika also slightly better. Humpy की अगर गेम देखें, seems like there's pressure on b4, so slightly better. And if we go to Divya, Gujrathi से खेल रही है वो. That will be tough. Divya seems to be much worse against Gujrathi. यार, does Gujrathi have any photo where she's not staring, giving a death stare? इस फोटो में इसी खतरनाक लग रही है यार. भाई साहब, And Gukesh, of course, the hero, is playing SL as we saw. And indeed, after bishop b7, knight has come to e3. And now Gukesh has a very difficult choice to make. Does he take the knight on e3? The strong knight will come to f5, but give up his bishop pair, or does he allow the knight to come to f5? Very difficult choice. शक्ल ही ऐसी है उसकी. I know, but still, मतलब कोई तो फोटो कभी कभी खिंचवाई होगी ना किसी शादी के लिए, या किसी कैमरामैन ने बोला होगा स्माइल, कोई तो ऐसा आया होगा यार. क्या हाल है मेरे भाई? Yeah, he goes knight e7. He tries to control it this way. अनीश मैग्नस में भी आएंगे भाई. We are coming to Anish and Magnus also. तो अनीश का तो आई थिंक क्लासिकल ड्रॉ ही होना है जहां तक आए नो. सो उसमें कुछ खास देखने लायक है नहीं. गोइंग टू कार्लसन्स गेम प्लेइंग आर्यन तारी. अरे बाप रे, ये क्या पोजीशन है बाप रे. ये तो मुझे विल लग रही है कार्लसन की. Honestly, exchange up ace and pawn falling. Although objectively it might be perfect place to draw, but it will be very difficult for Carlsen, yeah. Because knight के पास stable square नहीं. अगर एक pawn यहाँ होता ना, I would say it's a draw. But with the pawn here, I'm not so sure. I think Carlsen will push for a long while. So going back to the game of Gukesh again, man. Draw is गिरी. किसकी शादी के लिए? अरे मैं शादी कर लूंगा, वो फोटो खिंचवाने को तैयार तो हो. मतलब like मैं किसी और शादी करूंगा और वो फोटो खिंचवाएगी कैमरामैन के सामने. She was kid भाई, she is not kid anymore भाई. एक सेकंड के लिए शॉक हो गया कि अनीश मैग्नस सुन के ही अनीश नायक कहां से आ गया. भाई स्ट्रीम लाइक कर देना भाई अनीश नायक के नाम पे. जय बोलो अनीश नायक की और स्ट्रीम लाइक करो भाई. चलो भाई. She used to smile when she was a kid. अच्छा, she used to क्या? फिर क्या हुआ? What happened to her at the age of 15 or something कि स्माइल करना छोड़ दिया? गुड इंस्ट्रक्शन भाई, क्या हाल है? कोर्स हिंदी में है भाई, इंग्लिश में है कोर्स. But I think chess की language common है रे. I mean, in general, if you understand chess language, I think you'll probably understand 90% of the course anyways. Team chess assist ignore भी मार रहे हमें. सैक क्यों क्या? भाई मेरी इनकम बंद होगी तो सैक तो करना पड़ेगा ना. करूँ क्या मैं यार? भाई अब लिटरली मतलब मन्नू भाई नहीं होते तो भाई हम तो सड़कों पे होते हैं अभी लिटरली. न्यू चैनल नेम इज When will Gukesh Kira smile? She got married. She did, no? I thought she got married. जहां तक मुझे आइडिया है. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think she got married. So by the way, chat, we looked at each of the games one by one. एक मिनट गुकेश गेम पे रहेंगे and then we'll come back to all the games again. So honestly, chat, 2700 chess पे, if Gukesh by chance were to lose this, he would lose. I think SL is like 2656, so he would lose 5. He would lose like he would lose like 3 points or so, man. That will not be. He will fall back. He will fall to world number 12. अरे बाप रे भाई, एक लॉस से भाई इतना मुश्किल है रे. सुप्रीम कोर्ट वंस अगेन सेव डेमोक्रेसी कह रहे हैं राहुल गांधी जी. अच्छा, राहुल गांधी जी अगर हमारी चैट में पड़े रहेंगे तो कैसे वोट जीतेंगे भाई? यही तो प्रॉब्लम है. हाउ टू कैलकुलेट मेनी पॉइंट्स टू फॉल. ये क्या है भाई? ओ हिकारू, रुको, हिकारू गेम रखे यार. हिकारू ग्लेडुरा बेंजामिन के साथ खेल रहे हैं भाई हिकारू जी, ब्लैक पीसेस के साथ, और पोजीशन बेटर तो लग रही है भाई. ये बी पॉन बहुत ही कमजोर. किंग ऑल्दो ओपन है बट ये d5 पॉन इज स्टॉपिंग ऑल अटैक्स. तो ये वाइट का d5 पॉन तो दगा दे गया भाई. ड्रॉ पे 1 पॉइंट. ड्रॉ पे ही वुड स्टिल बी इंडिया नंबर 1, बट लॉस पे ही वुड बी वर्ल्ड नंबर 11, इंडिया नंबर 2 अगेन. भाई कभी ऐसा किसी का हुआ है क्या यार? तुम नहा रहे हो और नाक में साबुन हल्की सी चलेगी, फिर साला शू शू होता रहता है. हैज दिस हैपेंड टू एनीबॉडी? राहुल गांधी को बैन करो. नहीं भाई, ये तो कंट्री डिसाइड करेगी भाई. आई विल नॉट बैन एनीबॉडी. ये प्रकाश भाई क्या हाल है? व्हाट इफ ड्रॉ देन 1 पॉइंट भाई? पूरा दिन ना एग्जैक्टली भाई मेरे साथ अभी हो गया यार. अबे यार अब साला शू शू हो रहा है पूरी. साबुन को यार कोई ऐसा बनाए कि मतलब सॉलिड फॉर्म में रहे भाई. बदन पे लगाया नहीं कि भाई मेल्ट हो गई यार. मतलब मैं क्या कोई टॉम क्रूज हूं क्या? नहीं भाई मैं नहीं नहाता तो पता नहीं. वाह वाह, ये अलग ही लॉजिक है. ये सारे कांग्रेस वाली चैट में है क्या? ये क्या चल रहा है? ये तो पॉसिबल कि गुकेश हार जाए. डूड, इट इज टोटली पॉसिबल. इट इज टोटली पॉसिबल. जो पोजीशन गुकेश की है, आई रियली थिंक कि मतलब दिस इज द पोजीशन which SL would crush against any 2600 player. Snorting soap होता ही है exactly भाई. मतलब ड्रग्स नहीं किया तो भगवान ने कहा भाई ड्रग्स क्यों नहीं किया भाई तुमने, थोड़े बहुत कर रही थी कॉलेज लाइफ में तो कर लेते भाई. कितनी लोनर लाइफ जी तुमने, कॉलेज में ड्रग्स भी नहीं किए, लो भाई सोप ही कर लो भाई. इतनी लेट क्यों आए भाई? लेट तो सब एक दिन हर किसी ने लेट हो ही जाना है भाई. ये सारी स्ट्रीम एक्सपेरिमेंट चल रही है भाई, तुम्हें पता नहीं है क्या क्या एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहा हूं पीठ पीछे. कान में पानी हो जाता है, अरे वाह वाह, कहां कहां पानी सोप जा रहा है भैया मुझे. आई डोंट नीड टू हियर अबाउट डिफरेंट ओरिफिसेस, मैं सिर्फ नाक की बात कर रहा हूं भाई. आई थिंक Gukesh will lose to SL. Dude, it's difficult, but like ये पोजीशन अगर मतलब मान लो कि तुम किसी 2600 से खिलवाओगे ना अगर SL को, he will win easily. हर्ष ने ऐसा फनी क्या बोल दिया भाई? Why are Indians so good at chess? Dude, Vishy Anand भाई, thanks to Vishy Anand. I think Vishy Anand and समय रहना ना चेस के वो आधे बीच में लाइन वाले हैं, 2000 प्लस वाले इंस्पायर्ड बाय विशी आनंद, 2000 बिलो वाले इंस्पायर्ड बाय समय रहना. तो उन्होंने पूरा उन दोनों बंदों ने पूरा चेस कम्युनिटी को ही मतलब कंज्यूम कर लिया भाई. चेक स्विडलर गेम भाई, वही स्विडलर पहले का बाद में इंडियन प्लेयर्स को बता रहा हूं. वर्ल्ड कप में 3 बार फाइनल पहुंच चुका है वो, 3 बार, एक बार तो जीत भी चुका है. उसकी गेम ही देखेगा भाई. वी आर गोइंग टू बॉयकॉट मास्टर स्विडलर्स गेम्स हियर. वी वांट हिम टू लूज भाई. सुल्तान खान ने किसको इंस्पायर किया भाई? अपार्ट फ्रॉम गेटिंग लेवी 1.5 मिलियन व्यूज, आई डोंट थिंक ही इज इंस्पायर्ड एनीबॉडी. 1000 बिलो राहुल, फेक राहुल गांधी जी. I usually love cracking jokes, but यहां पे मेरे को संभलना पड़ेगा भाई. समय रहना इज हायर रेटेड चेस प्लेयर इन. ये क्या है? शादी कब करोगे भाई? जब लड़की मिल जाएगी. ओ बाय द वे, ही टुक द नाइट. सो आफ्टर H3 आई थिंक दिस नाइट इज साइक कि भाई हम भी चलेंगे, तो इन्होंने पहले ही मार दिया भाई. SL क्लियरली बेटर नाउ. बिशप पेयर है इसके पास. Oh, but this is a good move. This is an excellent move from Gukesh. Knight coming to F4 and now this bishop on G3 is like, मतलब सपने मेरे को दिखाए गए थे भाई मेट करने के, यहां पे तो मतलब कुछ हो नहीं रहा है भाई, सिंगल ही मरेंगे हम. 3000 प्लस. चलो स्टॉकफिश को तो इंस्पायर करा हमने भाई, वो काफी है. Dude, yeah, even Chess.com engine is showing 0.0 now. So it considers कि ये knight बहुत strong है, and now white will not get his formation of a knight to F5. अगर imagine करो, ठीक है, random, ठीक है, if I take this knight, इसको फूक मारूं और यहां रख दूं, और रुक को धक्का मारूं और यहां रख दूं, I think Gukesh is really worse. ऐसा मुझे लगता है. That's my understanding. Because knight goes to F5, rook is on F3 and suddenly there's pressure. तो इतना हल्का सा भी डिफरेंस है ना, गेम पूरी चेंज आती है. So we'll go to all the games now. I think ये गेम Gukesh has stabilized now, and I think now SL also has to be careful कि ये बिशप बहुत स्ट्रांग है, but it's only strong if you couple it with something. मतलब you might be the sexiest girl in the world, but if you don't have a guy who will maybe be interested in you, तो फायदा क्या in terms of marketplace. I remember a few years ago, everyone was talking about Nihal to be the best game in chess. Nihal is nowhere in terms of, but Nihal has his own forte, right? Rapid and blitz. So it's like वो वहाँ पे इतना strong है भाई. वो Chess.com की championship में second आया था behind Wesley So. So he has his own forte. So going to all the games now. So first of all, Vidit bhai, starting with Vidit. I think nothing has happened here. Oh, Queen F8, A3, C5. Now, I'm not sure about this move. I don't know what Srinath would say here, but usually if you have a weakness, you don't want to exchange it. That's my perception. Maybe I'm wrong. I would have traded everything off and put pressure on D4, but he plays C5, which is also logical. Takes. ठीक है भाई, तुमने टेंडर पे स्वाइप राइट तो कर दिया, but my king is not interested भाई. He's a Chad. He will not fall for your bishop. DC5, Queen C5, no big deal. So Vidit is fine, roughly balanced position. Now we go to Arjun against Fedoseev. Again, as I mentioned, ये गेम बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है अर्जुन के लिए. क्लासिकल में जीतना, आई थिंक Fedoseev is really good at rapid and blitz. मतलब कार्लसन को पेला है, सबको पेला है, मुझे पेला है, तो मतलब he is very strong भाई. तो and ये H5 move I don't like from him. I think this is definitely a weakness here. It prevents G4 of course, but also creates a lot of weaknesses. So I think because of the isolated pawn and strong knight, I think Arjun is slightly better, and slowly he might pull off this game. दिव्या के में देखी भाई, दिव्या is struggling unfortunately. अरे बाप रे, देखते ही गुरेज ने कहा, तू कौन था ये लंगूर जो बोल रहा था कि मेरी स्माइलिंग फोटो नहीं है? ये देख, अब करती हूं मैं स्माइल. आते ही डबल एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क भाई साहब. सो कार्लसन को भी पहला, हाँ भाई उसको भी पहला है लिटरली. Adiban and Vidit have never formed according to ratings, don't know how they manage those ratings. But Adiban's rating has fallen down a little bit, man. I think Adiban has grown to be an adult like me. He's my age. So, honestly, age ke saath, you have responsibilities and it's very difficult to grow your rating, man. It's very difficult. और कोई रीजन नहीं है. If I could, have Harry Potter's wand and उसकी उम्र में 10 साल कम कर दूं, Adiban will 2700 in 1 year. If you get that point, ठीक है? So, Vidit still has chances. He's slightly younger, but not like 10 years or so. He has to do it now. So going to the game of Nihal Sarin now. Nihal जी हल्का हल्का ना, मतलब ये मुझे विदित वर्सेस केमर की गेम की याद लाता है यार. इन द ग्रैंड प्री जो ड्रॉ हुई थी, आई थिंक वेरी सिमिलर. ओ माय गॉड, आई एम रिमेंबरिंग गेम्स फॉर 1.5 years ago. भाई साहब, am I a professional chess player? Anyways, reminds me of that game. So very very drawish. Going to the game of Pragg now. Pragg again looks slightly better. ये क्या है भाई, ये स्ट्रक्चर इतना बेकार है, इतने सारे होल्स हैं इस पोजीशन में कि मतलब एनी प्ले बॉय वुड बी सो हैप्पी. यो श्रीनाथ भाई, क्या हाल है? अर्जुन लुकिंग गुड यार. श्रीनाथ भाई, डू यू थिंक कि Fedoseev is like much stronger in rapid and blitz than classical, or am I like wrong in this? Because मैं देखा है इसको हराते हुए सबको भाई, रैपिड कार्लसन को हराते हुए देखा है. ही इज वेरी स्ट्रांग. तो क्लासिकल माइट बी द बेटर चॉइस या नहीं? व्हाट डू यू थिंक श्रीनाथ? भाई फोर्टनाइट प्लेयर्स हैव टू बी अवेयर भाई, दुनिया का पता होना चाहिए भाई कहां से भूत आ रहा है. तो दे आर वेरी अवेयर इन ऑल चैट्स. हैरी पॉटर टर्की इज प्लेइंग इन द वर्ल्ड कप. भाई असली हैरी पॉटर तो लेवी है भाई. गुकेश वर्ल्ड कप जीत सकता है, हाउ मच चांस? आई वुड से गुकेश हैज रफली 10-15% चांस, एंड दैट्स प्रीटी हाई फॉर अ वर्ल्ड कप विद 128 players. I think Tikku should start streaming is the answer I want. Dude, I'll tell you what I'm planning, ठीक है? हंसना मत, please हंसना मत, ठीक है? So मैं एक प्लान बना रहा हूं to get to from 0 to 100K on one channel in 1 month. On a new channel. बना रहा हूं प्लान, शायद नहीं काम करेगा, but बना रहा हूं एक प्लान, ठीक है? So have faith. अब वो चैनल मैं रिवील कर दूंगा. Have faith with me. Wait करो भाई, I'm building up a plan. Fedoseev pretty strong classical also, but since he has been struggling because of the war and relocation. अरे हाँ, वो भी एक reason है. Roughly equal. No, for sure. I think what I mean is, like rapid or blitz में Arjun probably does not have that much of an edge. I think classical में he would have a much higher edge against Fedoseev. At least that's how I understand. I hope so. He finish off right now. Only fans नहीं है भाई. Stream पर ही आ जाओ भाई. He's practicing भाई. He's analyzing the games. भाई इतने वेले नहीं है अभी वो. What I'm fearing is, if he wanted to be someone, we just need to declare war. भाई मैंने कोई YouTube शॉट देखा आज, उसमें एक बंदा कहता है कि Putin wants to go to South Africa, लेकिन because anywhere he goes, he will be arrested. So South Africa is requesting United Nations to give us the permission to not arrest him. I hope it's a false YouTube shot. I don't know where it comes from. Anyways. तो बिकॉज और ऊपर से पुतिन से कर लो रेस्ट. ये मैंने एक यूट्यूब शॉट में सुना आज. कुड बी फॉल्स, कुड बी ट्रू. आई होप इट्स फुल ऑफ बुलशिट. एनीवेज, सो गोइंग टू द गेम ऑफ गुकेश अगेन मैन. गुकेश, कम ऑन डूड. यूजुअली आई एम नॉट वांट टू चीयर फॉर वन इंडियन प्लेयर अगेंस्ट द अदर. Actually I am, but बोलना पड़ता है. But I would want Gukesh to win because he genuinely has a chance of making it to, let's say, top 4, top 3. He's one of the guys. I think Gukesh, Vidit, Arjun, Nihal, Pragg, these 5 have a genuine chance of reaching top 4, top 3. And if they can get some help from other players, कि Carlsen निकल गया, Abdusarov निकल गया, Wesley निकल गया, तो that is also a bonus. Especially Duda, Mamediyarov और Rapport तो खेल नहीं रहा है. बढ़िया, अच्छी बात है. It's true he will not. अच्छा नहीं जा रहा क्या? अच्छा, okay, बढ़िया है. No, it's true. There's a notice against him, but they can choose not to rest. I think this to me was crazy, भाई. क्या ही level है. Kraken has joined some Russian government office, not sure. ओके सो मेरी अगली यूरोप की फ्लाइट में से लेओवर रशिया से हटाना पड़ेगा. एक सेकेंड चैट, आई कैन नॉट लैंड इन रशिया एनी मोर. ओके चेंज लेओवर टू सम अदर. सीरिया साउंड्स बेटर मे बी. ठीक है भाई, ठीक है, दैट्स डन. अब्दू तो निकल गया बाहर. एग्जैक्टली माय पॉइंट. एग्जैक्टली निकल गया ना, दैट्स द पॉइंट. वेई हैज 12 minutes for 2 minutes. अरे वेई गया भाई, हमें क्या फर्क पड़ता है. घंटा फर्क पड़ता है क्रिश भाई. जब आएगा सामने तब देखेंगे उसको. विदित बाय द वे व्हाट्स. ओ रुको. सो ही डिड एक्सचेंज एवरीथिंग नाउ. ही टुक ऑन E4, played knight F6. चेस्कॉम कह रहा है exclamation mark. बाय द वे आई रियली वांट टू ट्राई दिस इमोट एक बार यार. मस्त इमोट है भाई. मस्त है रे. एनीवेज knight F6, Queen E3 and again 4 versus 3 है. So this pawn structure is imbalanced. You don't have one pawn in front of each pawn. इसके सामने कोई pawn नहीं है और इसके सामने कोई pawn नहीं है. So it's an imbalance, but still very very close to equality. But queen side majority है. Sometimes that can be beneficial for white. So you don't know. Hikaru and his into that Karthik is massively underrated and deserves to be. No, dude, that happens to everybody. Like the thing is, it's like एक 1000 यूट्यूबर सब्सक्राइबर वाले पे कोई कमेंट करे, oh my god, you deserve so many subs, you deserve 50 million subs. Yeah, I mean, that YouTuber is good, but he's good for that 1000 subscriber mark, not in terms of 50 million. So he played well on that day, but consistently ऐसा खेलना is the main problem. जुड़ा नहीं निकला भाई. जुड़ा खेल रहा है अभी. 100 एनोलॉजी भाई, हमारा बिजनेस ही है भाई. हमारा पेट ही एनोलॉजी से बढ़ता है भाई. जैसे कल तुमने देखा, जुड़ा हमेशा विदित के मुंह से जीत जाता है. अच्छा, मुंह से जीत छीन लेता है. आज मैच नहीं पड़ेगा भाई. अधिबास पी के 2700 भाई, 2700. मेरी एंड गोम्स लूजिंग भाई. मेरी की पूरा मुझे भरोसा है, शी कम बैक. शी केम बैक यस्टरडे आल्सो. सो आई डोंट थिंक इट्स. Oh, she's playing Salimova. भाई, she is very good. He's an incredible player. मैं हारा हूं इससे. बहुत चुभा था भाई मुझे वो हार, for some reason. Actually मेरे नॉर्म के चांसेस थे and second last round में मुझे हरा दिया था यार. It really hurt. Gukesh did defeat Magnus 12 days ago, right, in Norway chess. No, did he? What? No, he did not defeat Carlsen. हाँ, rapid में हराया था, not in classical. हाँ, but that was a rapid section I think, not classical यार. He did not lose in classical. अब तो सबसे हारे हैं भाई. ये क्या लॉजिक है भाई. हराया ही बहुत को, प्रग को हराया हमने भाई. ऐसी बात नहीं है भाई. आर्यन तारी विद नाइट में रहने. आई सॉ दैट वन. दैट इज क्वाइट क्रेजी. लाइक इफ दिस पॉन वाज हियर एज आई सेड, इट वुड probably be much better at least. I don't know if it's still a draw or not, but should be. ये वाला थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड भाई. इस नाइट को धक्का लगाया जा सकता है. हाँ, ब्लिट्स में. एग्जैक्टली. एक बार दिखा दो. हाँ, दिखा रहा हूं. मस्त दिखा रहा हूं यार भाई. कार्लसन से ना भाई. चैट, आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन फॉर ऑल द गाइज इन द चैट. दैट इज एवरीबॉडी अपार्ट फ्रॉम अनीशा and Tanishka and any ka who might be there. If you had a choice, would you take Carlsen's rating or Carlsen's hair? What would you choose? If you had one thing you could get right now in an instant, snap kiya, you get it. And Janvi of course. Also मेरे में का है भाई. बढ़िया. पर 1/4 एज का भी नहीं होगा तब यार. वो ठीक है. आप तुम यार भाई चेस में यंगस्टर ही होते हैं ऊपर यार. आई एम स्टिल गोना आंसर हेयर ऑफ कोर्स. लड़की हेयर बोल रही है. बढ़िया. रेटिंग हेयर ऑफ कोर्स. रेटिंग कार्लसेंस प्रॉपर्टी. ये देखो, ये आगे जाके फाइनेंस यूट्यूबर बनेंगे भाई. इनका सीपीएम होगा $28 पर 1000 व्यूज. फेम नहीं भाई. फेम तो अपने आप है भाई. इफ यू हैव कार्लसेंस रेटिंग, फेम आएगा. इफ यू हैव कार्लसेंस हेयर, फेम आएगा. हेयर तो कुत्ते भी हेयर तो कुत्ते के भी होते हैं भाई. तो डॉग्स आर गुड लाइक बीइंग्स. हेयर रेटिंग तो लूज हो जाएंगे. ये बात तो है. दोनों लूज होने वाली चीजें भाई. दोनों यू कैन लूज. ये तो है. कार्लसन्स गर्लफ्रेंड, इसका नाम भी था ना. मैं उसकी बियर्ड बेकार है लेकिन भाई. तो बियर्ड अपनी रख लेना यार. पिक एंड चूज. बोटेज कहां से आ गए भाई इसमें. कार्लसन स्वैग. ओहो भाई, ये असली आंसर है भाई. स्वैग तो है बंदे के पास भाई. इकलौता, I think he's the only world champion with swag. क्या बोलते हैं? Is it true? The only world champion who's ever had swag. I think apart from Tal maybe, but I've not seen it live, so I can't really tell, right? हमने देखा नहीं है उसको live कभी खेलते हुए ऐसे. So I would say Carlsen is the only world champion which in the last 30 years who has swag. Gary had terror, man. He did not have swag. Opponent जब बैठता तो उसको 3 layer of pants diaper पहन के पहनना पड़ता था because he would piss his pants in front of Gary. So I'm not really sure if that's swag or not. Fisher swag था कि class था? I'm not so sure. I think class और swag में बहुत difference है भाई. AG losing, अरे भाई he'll come back, don't worry. Vishy again is class, man. Vishy is hardcore class. Like मतलब if you know like you could define class in one word, you could say Vishy. भाई आज मेरे एक बंदे ने मुझे मैसेज किया, पता है, हंसोगे. एक YouTube शॉर्ट था मेरे साहिल टिक्कू चैनल पे, उसमें कमेंट करता है, मैंने विशी आनंद पे शॉर्ट था, मैंने कहा था विशी आनंद, तो ही इज लाइक व्हाई आर यू सेइंग विशी आनंद? आई मीन व्हाट आर यू, सम अंग्रेज चमचा? प्लीज राइट विश्वनाथ आनंद हिज फुल नेम. मैं मन करता लिखूं, भाई तू खुद तो इंग्लिश में कमेंट टाइप कर रहा है. भाई अलग लेवल ऑफ हिपोक्रेसी. इंग्लिश में कमेंट टाइप करके मुझे बोल रहा है भाई तुम. भाई गजब बंदे होते हैं भाई यूट्यूब पे. You cannot say Vishy Anand had swag. I mean, he has a lot of class. I mean, had matlab like when he was world champion. Hikaru got swag too. ये तो है भाई, Hikaru है. लेकिन Hikaru के पास और भी चीजें हैं भाई जो मुझे पसंद नहीं है. बेथ हरमन, भाई बेथ हरमन को तो ट्विटर अकाउंट हैक हो गया था भाई. उसका हैक करके उसने डाल दिया क्वींस गैम्बिट 2 इनकमिंग. मुझे लग रहा है लेवी ने ही हैक किया था. व्यूज कम हो गए होंगे, उसने हैक किया भाई. ओह चलो लेट्स गो. People calling Pragg like अबे कॉलेज नेम. Exactly my point. हाँ, अबे Pragg उसका प्यार से बुला रहे हैं Pragg उसको भाई, गाली नहीं है Pragg. Hikaru के पास Boltes है. I don't know who Boltes is, but with the chess skill, mind skills of Alexander Boltes and the running speed of Usain Bolt, I think that would be the direction human species should move towards. I am full in support for Boltes. Anyone of Vishy's biopic? नहीं भाई. मुझे ऑफर किया था उन्होंने टू बी द गाय जिसको वो बचपन में हराते हैं, जो होता नहीं बचपन में जब वो 1500 रेटिंग थी उनको हराने के लिए, उस रोल के लिए ऑफर किया गया था. तो मैंने मना कर दिया बिकॉज दे वर आस्किंग मनी फॉर दैट रोल. फुल सपोर्ट टू बोल्टेज. भाई बोल्टेज तो सही नाम लगा मुझे यार. रियली लाइक दिस बोल्टेज नाम. मेरे तीसरे बच्चे का नाम बोल्टेज ही होगा. बढ़िया हो नमिता जी, कैसे हो यार? सो बाद में गोइंग टू द गेम ऑफ गुकेश अगेन. कुछ हुआ क्या? अब देखो भाई, सडनली वाइट के पीस वापस घर आ रहे हैं भाई. वापस यू कैन सी द टाइड इज टर्निंग भाई. टाइड इज टर्निंग भाई. You know, she has had her orgasm. Now it's your turn, and now it's white to play. And I think black is absolutely fine now. Of course, this bishop is still strong, but black has the bishop to counter this. And जो extra bishop है, it's completely blocked right now. Boltes Excel stream. Magnus winning World Cup means he completes chess. Dude, I think Carlsen has decided to move on with his life. I think he's into poker now. He's playing this for chills, by chills. Finally, I'm a big fan of Gukesh for some reason. Probably one reason is he beats him sometimes. I assume he has lost to Gukesh recently, and that might be one of the reasons. I mean, imagine if I lost to, I don't know, who's a weak chess player, Nitish Thakur. I mean, I would probably not like him too much. Swidler is crushing Jordan, not surprised. Swidler is the World Cup expert, bhai. Anybody trying to, win the World Cup, hire Swidler. Which he was into me, कह रही है अनिशा. यार देख, chess24 की वेबसाइट है, कॉन्टैक्ट फॉर्म होगा, ठीक है. I really doubt if a girl sends a contact form. I want to send a fan mail to Carlsen. Can I have his email or something? They will say no. Really hard to believe. The world is biased in that regard. Will Carlsen play candidates? No, he won't. I think the thing is, if he plays candidates, he has to prepare. अगर हार गया तो बेइज्जती होगी. And he really doesn't want to play the world champ. He already was world champion. So unless जो सारे प्लेयर्स कैंडिडेट्स में है, सारे नए हैं, मतलब हुकी खेल रहा है, वेई खेल रहा है, अर्जुन खेल रहा है, प्रग खेल रहा है, लेकिन सारे यंगस्टर्स हैं बाहर के, नुदुर्बेक खेल रहा है, व्हाटएवर इट इज, देन ही माइट डू इट, अदरवाइज वेरी अनलाइकली. नेपो शुड हायर स्वेडलर. भाई नेपो इज डन भाई. तीसरी बार तो कैंडिडेट्स नहीं जीतेगा वो. क्या बात है, स्ट्रीम लाइक कर दो भाई, लेट्स गेट टू 200 लाइक जल्दी से भाई. अरे राघव भाई हिट द नेल ऑन द हेड. Olympiad Gukesh versus Fabi. I think now we know why he is not a big fan. Now we probably know why he's not a big fan. By the way, in this game, nothing has happened, so let's switch to other games now. First of all, we go to Arjun's game, and he's one guy who's better in this position. He's played Rook D1, again pointed towards the D5 square. This pawn is the big weakness, जो हमें end game में free का मारना है. This is how we win the game. So he plays Rook E8, so he says हमारा कमजोरी है तो तुम्हारी भी कमजोरी है भाई. तो ऐसा कुछ करके. And now of course Rook takes E5 is a threat, so he has to save this pawn. But if he plays Knight to F3, that gives the E4 square away. So Bishop E4 might happen. शीना चैट में है क्या अभी? I don't think he's in the chat, right अभी? Proper it is. Gukesh will blunder in time pressure. Note it. I don't think he will. I think he'll come back. भाई GM गौरी के बारे में मुझे कुछ पूछना है. पता है चैट, how many of you know GM Grandmaster गौरी भाई? भाई I have seen streams of at least I would say like I've come across live streams of at least 500 different chess content creators अब तक life में. I have never seen a guy who looks so sad on stream. I don't know if it's his face. What's wrong? भाई इतना उदास लगता है ना बंदा हमेशा. I don't know what's wrong. I really don't know what's wrong. I hope he's fine. He really looks sad on stream. It's like me yesterday with no food in my tummy. गौरी गर्ल बॉय. क्रिश भाई अपना बस सिंगल होने का बस. No, his reels are really good. Why does he look sad on stream? His shorts are also good. I've seen his shorts. अपनी स्ट्रीम भाई मैं तो उदास हुई. मैं तो एनएम भाई, एफएम नहीं हूं ना मैं यार. एफएम तो मैं भी कुछ होता. असली प्लेयर तो रमीरेस है भाई. रमीरेस का क्या हुआ भाई? व्हाट हैपेंड टू रमीरेस? लाइक उसका पता नहीं लगा ना कुछ. नेपो विंस कैंडिडेट डिंग क्विट्स. हाँ देखा है, बट ही इज वेरी गुड इन चेस. आई नो. प्रग बेटर विद 8 minutes. ओके प्रग पे भी चलते हैं भाई. Honestly, this is better for sure, but the only he's exchanging rooks. Interesting. देखा चेस का क्वेश्चन मार्क बोल रहा है. यो पति भाई क्या हाल है? जेल में होगा? आई डोंट थिंक सो. जेल में होता तो पता होता यार. भाई पूरे वाइट हो जाए उससे पहले शादी कर लो. भाई मेरे इतने ही बाल सफेद, आई वुड से 12-13 साल की उम्र से भाई. It has not changed. I have had less new white hair than anybody on the planet. इतने भाई मेरे 5 साल की उम्र से भाई. The only chest with less chest and more news. Yes भाई. एक समोसा पार्सल. चलो भाई. चलो भाई. Let's get to 150 likes in the next 5 minutes and एक बंदे को समोसा भिजवाते हैं भाई. चलो भाई. यो भाई क्या हाल चाल है? आज खाना खा के बैठा हूं मैं भी भाई. बिल्कुल. आपको तो चाइल्ड मैरिज करनी थी. नहीं भाई. चाइल्ड मैरिज में यार क्या पता सही बंदी ना मेरे आगे जाके वो ओनली फैंस करने लगे. सो मे बी चाइल्ड मैरिज इज नॉट अप्रिशिएटेड. मुझे खोलो. अच्छा खिलाओ. नहीं भाई. राजस्थान में चला जाता. As somebody whose college best friend is from Rajasthan, I don't think everybody marries at 11. He did marry early though. I think he married at 25. So maybe that is a trend in Rajasthan. Who knows? It could be. What is OnlyFans कह रहे हैं क्रिश भाई? क्रिश भाई I don't know. By the way, we have reached 29k subs for the second time. Woohoo! और वो 29 ही रहेगा स्ट्रीम के एंड तक. क्रिश भाई how old are you? पहले ये बता दो मुझे यार. भाई 30 के टच करना है यार. ये मेरा ड्रीम तो है इस चैनल पे. एटलीस्ट 30 के टच तो करे भाई. बेचारा 16 भाई फिर तो पता होना चाहिए था यार. 25 is of course early. I think the correct age should be, it depends person to person, but it should be somewhere between 27, 28 to 31, 32 is my guess. I could be wrong of course. By the way, going to the game of अपना लौंडा गुकेश. देखते भाई क्या कर रहा है लौंडा. Not much by the way. How many moves have they played? Oh, 23 moves. So he has to play 18. He has only played 20. So 18 moves he has to play in 13 minutes. So Gukesh has, I mean, he's equalized, but he really needs to play fast, and he plays fast now. Rook b8, and now there are threats with bishop takes e4 now, for example, yeah, bishop kahin somewhere, bishop a6 as well. Pragg जीतेगा, I hope so, man. I hope everybody wins. He will not win, यार. आज नहीं हो सकता भाई. आज कम से कम ड्रॉ चाहिए और कल जीतना है. What did you? I make videos, bhai. Do you think any player will come close to Magnus in endgame in upcoming 10-15 years? I think yes. I think कोई ना कोई आएगा. There's always been one person who has been ahead of the field. Always throughout chess history. पहले Capablanca था, Alekhine, ये सब, and then you had Fischer, then you had Karpov, then you had Kasparov, then you had Carlsen now. So one guy has always been there who's been slightly ahead of the field. Has 2 kids at 25. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the few people at 30 who's not married, from my college batch at least. अगर मैं research करूंगा तो maximum people would be married. Has Pragg reached time control? I don't think so. 40 मूव कैसे होंगे यार? 24 मूव है भाई, बहुत दूर. Oh, he also has to make 16 moves in 8 minutes. At least his position is in endgame, so it's a bit easier. Gukesh ka it's a bit more complicated. अक्षय कुमार भाई तुम तो खुद Bishop takes e4 isn't blunder. नहीं भाई, I'm just saying कि there are threats. For example, let's say he plays King h2. Maybe it doesn't work right now, does it? Okay, let's say King h2. It doesn't work right now, I think, though. Yeah, because Knight takes e4 comes with check, so you can't do it here. अच्छा, defended है बे. मैं क्या hallucinate कर रहा हूँ भाई? It's defended. मैं क्या hallucinate कर रहा हूँ? It's defended 2 ways. Oh my God. एक सेकंड भाई, चश्मे का नंबर ठीक है क्या? आई अपॉइंटमेंट बुक, रुको भाई. आई अपॉइंटमेंट आई फोकल नंबर गॉन फ्रॉम 2.5 to 25.5 अर्जेंट इंटरव्यू. थैंक यू भाई, ठीक है. ओके चलो भाई. दे गेट टू प्ले 2 games, राइट? कल की नहीं, 2 games. साहित्य को चैनल पे 5 के उसमें जब आपको वीडियोस नहीं डालने, हमें दे दो भाई, मैं बेचने को तैयार हूं. किसी को लेना है क्या? आई विल सेट द चैनल फॉर श्योर. किसी को चाहिए तो बताओ. 5 लाख बेचूंगा, चाहिए तो बताओ. डिड यू प्ले इन यूएस टू गेट एनएम टाइटल? यस, आई डिड प्ले इन द यूएस. अब मीमी लिख रहे हैं. आई अपॉइंटमेंट सिर्फ आईएम को मिलेगा. क्यों भाई? ये कौन सा क्वालिफिकेशन है भाई? डॉक्टर के पास जाओ. डॉक्टर किडनी स्टोन. First, you go to Europe, and then you play some good chess. You come back, and then I take your kidney stone. First, you go. ऐसे थोड़ी बोलेगा भाई. 50 रुपए में बेचेगा. हाँ बेटा, कुछ भी. Carlsen's game is most likely under draw. Carlsen likes blitz, rapid with classical. Maybe it's possible, but I think he will try to finish it off still. Classical try तो करेगा. Also, बस नॉर्वे है ना, वो बनाना भी पड़ता है भाई. तौर की भाई, I am much better. 1 रुपए में देगा. डूड 5 के सब्सक्राइबर करना भी यूट्यूब में मेन स्ट्रगल होती है. पहले आई वुड से 2000 सब्सक्राइबर सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रगल होती है. दैट्स द बिगेस्ट स्ट्रगल, स्पेशली इफ यू आर मेकिंग इट थ्रू लॉन्ग फॉर्म. शॉर्ट्स में तो इट्स काइंड ऑफ इजी. लॉन्ग फॉर्म में पहले 2000 सब्सक्राइबर जो है ना, दे आर द मोस्ट. वंस यू मेक दैट, देन यू काइंड ऑफ अंडरस्टैंड द गेम. कि 10,000 पहुंचना फिर आसान लगता है. Gukesh chances to play candidates, I think pretty high compared to all the players in the field. He's one of the favorites for sure. Because बाकी player भी हैं, yeah, they are above Gukesh, but they are stagnant. They have not gained too much rating apart from Caruana. Nobody is getting rating, only Gukesh is. 50 के तक होगा भाई, पता नहीं यार. अभी सीक्रेट चैनल पे ट्राई तो कर रहा हूं. 5K जिम्बाब्वे डॉलर्स, 5K USD. सीक्रेट चैनल तूने 4 महीने 50K प्लस कर लिया. कह रहे जुमांग जी भाई, अभी नाम चेंज करना भूल गए तुम. ओके, गोइंग टू द विद गेम चैट. व्हाट हैज हैपेंड? वी हैव काइंड ऑफ सिंप्लीफाइड द गेम क्वाइट अ बिट. अबे ये क्या हो गया माउस को? लेट्स हैव अ लुक. So we saw it till knight f6 queen e3. He took on d4 and that means white has a queenside pawn majority. So कल को अगर king pawn endgame होगी, maybe he has an edge. Now queen c7 of course, rook d1 doubling up rooks on the d file. So black takes with the queen, chat, very important to prevent rook d8. But Vidit says तुम्हारा प्यादा यहां पे हिला रहा है, हम यहां हिलाएंगे. And then he plays e5, attacks the queen. The queen has to move. And now he plays a5 to prevent b4. So I think Vidit is, I'm not sure of a5, but e5 was definitely gaining space in the center. Arey Anisha, thanks a lot for the super chat. Don't worry, Tiku, I will also be a spinster. You are not alone. By 690. Anisha, I think this does not look like a super chat. This looks like a this looks like a web profile building for something else. Thanks a lot though. 5K rupees. हाँ, ₹1 का एक सब्सक्राइबर. शर्म आती है तो बोलते हुए क्रिश भाई. ऑक्शन करो, चेक करें, ऑक्शन करें भाई, ऑक्शन करें. नहीं, ऑक्शन नहीं करेंगे भाई. ऑक्शन में तो मेरा चैनल बिक जाएगा भाई फ्री में. Thanks a lot Anisha. Although I'm not sure 690 में कितने लोग इंटरेस्टेड. आई थिंक लड़के तो सारे होंगे यार एक्चुअली, इफ आई नो गाइस. जस्ट दिस मच रिएक्शन फॉर 690. भाई 690 नंबर में जादू है यार. डोंट यू नो? इफ यू डोंट नो श्रेया देन probably you are too young to know. Anyways, going to the game of Arjun now. Oh, by the way, in this game I think he was much better and he plays the best move, bring the knight to f3, defend this pawn. And now comes bishop e4. Exactly, you gave control over the e4 square and the bishop occupies it. And now comes a5. So of course this pawn cannot be taken because the bishop is attacking the knight. But at the end, if you take, you open the a file. So I'm not sure if this was in Arjun's favor at the end. And the position is kind of going towards equality now. Maybe Arjun could not find the best moves. But still, I feel this pawn should give him a slight edge practically. But let's see how he plays in the future. Going to the game of Nihal Sarin. Chat, this game is over basically. This game is over. It's pretty obvious this game is over. Opposite color bishops. Nihal has one less pawn, but the bishop can stop everything. I think this should be pretty equal and should be a draw. White will push for a while and then he will shake his opponent's hand and then go home. डेविड नवारा प्रग जी कहां पहुंचे? 10,001 15K की चैनल की बोली चल रही है क्या? अरे 15K कुछ नहीं होता रे. 15K में तो भाई इफ यू ट्राई टू बाय अ चैनल लिटरली हु हैज 100 subs तो वो वही मांग लेगा भाई 5K तो. एंड I still feel the pieces are a bit too passive, right? You look at this knight, a bit passive. Knight on b3 has no squares right now, right? Has no squares. साकेत भाई ने 101 रुपए की सुपर चैट करी है. इतना ही पैसा मिलेगा फॉर चैनल, इसमें सेल करना है तो बोलो. 101 थैंक्स फॉर द शगुन भाई, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली 101 मुश्किल है भाई. 22,000. चलो चलो भाई. भाई ये 5K वाले चैनल की बात हो रही है भाई, ध्यान रखना. चेसेस की तो भाई लाखों में वैल्यू है भाई. एटलीस्ट आई लाइक टू बिलीव सो. 600 की भाई 1K में, लेकिन यू डोंट अर्न एनी रेवेन्यू. यूट्यूब में क्या होता है ना, रेवेन्यू इज एक्सपोनेंशियल. वंस यू रीच लाइक 100K देन यू आर मेकिंग मोर देन प्रॉब्ली मोर सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर्स मेक इन अ ईयर. तो वो एक्सपोनेंशियल होता है. तो गोइंग टू द गेम ऑफ ओ गुकेश, बाय द वे रुको. सो ही प्लेड d4. So SL is like, भैया तुम्हें जो साइड में करना है करो, मैं सेंटर में खेल रहा हूं. एंड yeah, the game is still alive. The game is still alive. I hope your channel one day gains 1 million subs. Dude, that's the goal. That's the goal, bhai. I'm really hoping that happens someday. Most likely इस चैनल पे तो नहीं होगा, बट किसी पे हो. जब होगा तब रिवील कर दूंगा. 600. अरे भाई बहुत कम है रे, बहुत कम है. अभी आया हूं तो कंफ्यूज हो गया कि गलत चैनल पर तो नहीं. क्यों भाई, चेस दिखा दिया थोड़ा सा इसलिए क्या? साकेत भाई ने एक और 150 दे दिए. भाई ऐसे करते चलोगे तो भाई ऐसे नहीं चलेगा भाई. इससे ज्यादा नहीं दूंगा. इसमें देना है तो बोलो. अनफॉर्चुनेटली नहीं भाई. इतना कुछ 250 रुपए में चैनल नहीं बिकता भाई. बट थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर सपोर्ट भाई. शॉर्ट्स, वही मैं बता रहा हूं भाई। आई हैव सम प्लान, आई लेट यू नो भाई। एक नया चैनल स्टार्ट करूंगा अभी कुछ दिनों में, उसका मैं स्ट्रैटेजी बना रहा हूं। सो बेसिकली आई काइंड ऑफ अंडरस्टूड लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग कैसे काम करती है। ऑफ कोर्स इस चैनल में वॉचिंग कम बिकॉज़ आई एम नॉट स्ट्रीम फॉर 6 मंथ्स। वीडियो फॉर्मेट का भी आइडिया लग गया ऑन द सीक्रेट चैनल, बट शॉर्ट्स हमने अभी थोड़ा सा समझा नहीं है भाई। तो शॉर्ट्स को समझने के लिए आई एम थिंकिंग ऑफ स्टार्टिंग अ न्यू शॉर्ट्स चैनल। लेट्स सी, अभी थोड़ा स्ट्रैटेजी बना रहा हूं, लेट्स सी बनता है कि नहीं। यूट्यूब अर्निंग तो यार डिपेंड्स मैन, दिस इज नॉट अ फिक्स्ड इनकम। 27,000 भाई, 27,000 फॉर अ 5K सब चैनल इज नथिंग मैन। कम ऑन लेट्स गो। कॉफी भाई, बिल्कुल आई एम अ कॉफी पर्सन भाई। टी और कॉफी, व्हाट डू यू थिंक? आई थिंक कॉफी इज बेस्ट मैन। टी तो दिखती ही आसानी अजीब है फॉर सम रीजन, आई डोंट नो व्हाई। अभी इतनी समय के बाद याद है भाई, ईशान में तुम्हें देखो, आई टेल एग्जाम, ठीक है। If I could link my secret channel to this stream, this watching would go up to 2,000. Most likely. At least 1,000 to minimum. But I cannot do that, bhai. What are you drinking? Coffee, bhai. Beer would be good. Beer would be good, bhai. Bhai, zero nahi lagana the, bhai. Okay, by the way, C5. What? Okay, I am shocked by this move. Honestly. Because this really, matlab, I mean, this goes towards a draw. This tells you Gukesh is trying to exchange as many pieces as possible. But somehow this bishop gains in power now. Because once you take here, let's say, then this becomes more powerful. Second, you're weakening your d5 square again because c6 is no longer a possibility. And yeah, not a big fan of this move, but probably he has some idea in mind, yeah? Either he's trying to go for a draw, like exchange as many pawns as possible. Like, ठीक है यार, यहाँ जीतने के chances कम है. Let me simplify the position, exchange a few pawns, and go home and come back tomorrow. Yeah, he takes on d4. मैग्नस गेम दिखा दे भाई। अरे मैग्नस का गेम दिखा दे भाई। रुको भाई, रुको भाई। मैग्नस कहाँ है भाई अपना मैग्नस? ओ भाई, निकाल ही लिया मैग्नस ने। भाई मैग्नस ने निकाल ही लिया काम धंधा अपना। अब ये एक एक करके सारे प्यादे मारेगा जुगजुआंग से। रुक अपना जितना चाहे वेटिंग मूव दे सकता है, नाइट के पास वेटिंग मूव है नहीं। So black will gradually have to give up all these pawns one by one. At least 2 तो जाएंगे और लास्ट में बचेगा भाई किंग नाइट और 2 पॉन वर्सेस किंग रुक और 2 पॉन, और वो निकाल लेगा। So I think this will be winning. ये भाई क्या हाल है भाई? I was away for 6 months. I started a new channel और it's going really well. तो मतलब अब मैं स्ट्रीम पे वापस आया हूं। तो you and I have been away for this equal amount of time. पहला ऐसा इंसान देख रहा हूं जो खुद के चैनल प्रमोट नहीं कर रहा। डूड, आई टेल यू क्यों नहीं प्रमोट कर रहा। एंड एनी यूट्यूबर्स आउट देयर, एनीबडी हु स्टार्ट्स क्रिएटिंग चेस कंटेंट nowadays, this is secret information, 2023 information, you don't need to recommend the channel to new people. Your parents, your family, anybody who will not watch that content again, don't do it. YouTube खुद recommend करेगा भाई, you don't need to do it. I'm telling you this, keep this in mind भाई. What the hell भाई? अबे ये क्या है भाई? आदित्य भाई ने 10,000 रुपए भेज दिए। आदित्य भाई अब क्या बिजनेस करते हो भाई? भाई मुझे बिजनेस में ही रख लो भाई। मुझे नौकरी दे दो भाई। भाई साहब, भाई कैसे भाई? थैंक्स अ लॉट मैन, रियली मीन्स अ लॉट। भाई साहब, आदित्य भाई ओपी इन द चैट, भाई मुझे नौकरी में ही रख लो भाई, मैं वही कर लेता हूँ, सैलरी तो मिल ही रही है। भाई सैलरी तो मिल ही रही है, नौकरी भी करवा लो। लेकिन चेस नीड्स, आई नो मैन, थैंक्स अ लॉट मैन, मींस अ लॉट। ब्रो लुकिंग एट यू एंड माय सेल्फ, आई मिस एआई ट्रिपल, नो पन इंटेंडेड। अरे भाई ये से मत बोलो यार, आई अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू मीन। दोस गोल्डन डेज जब आईआईटी वाज़ द ओनली थिंग। आगे घर का लुक डिसेंट है यार, घर का लुक डिसेंट है, मतलब भाई सिंगल बेड लेके बैठा हूं मैं, जस्ट बिकॉज यो बेड कवर करता था भाई, चलने की जगह नहीं थी। जो बंदा सिंगल बेड लेके बैठा है, हिज लुक कैन नॉट बी ग्रेट भाई। बाबू राव की याद आ गई भाई। रुको भाई दिखाता हूं तुम्हें बाबू राव, रुको भाई, आई विल शो यू बाबू राव की। रुको भाई रुको, अपना बाबू राव जो असली है ना, गुकेश। बाय द वे, एनीबडी हु इज जॉइनिंग इन, यू नो, आफ्टर अ व्हाइल टू एनी चेस स्ट्रीम, Gukesh is the new India number 1. He has crossed Vishy Anand. He's world number 9 right now, and he's 7 points behind world number 7. So if he wins these 2 games, let's say 2 against himself, for example, he'll be world number 7. So we are getting a potential future world champion. We are seeing the last final steps he's taking towards that goal. So we really might be on some crazy track here. Somebody on Twitter was like, out of all Indians after his first rounds, Arjun has the lowest average accuracy. I have not verified this, but I think accuracy does not mean anything. As I mentioned, Sergei Karyakin, who I'm not a big fan of, is very good at World Cups, and his strategy has been to just play practical chess, and he does not go for accuracy. And even Peter Swidler, by the way. Second person to allow. वो ले आएंगे भाई. आज Gukesh India number 2 बनेगा भाई. नहीं, I don't think so. I think he'll be fine. Going to Nihal Sarin's game, I think this is pretty much almost done and dusted. Not much to look here. Going to the game of Hikaru Nakamura once. Hikaru Nakamura जी क्या कर रहे हैं भाई? भाई वैसे I'm wondering, Hikaru जब वहाँ खेलता होगा, ठीक है? He's sitting at the board, ठीक है? The first prize of this, event, the World Cup selection for the World Championship is $100,000, ठीक है? That's, I would say, a fraction of his monthly sub revenue. So is he thinking, यार कितनी बेकार पोजीशन है, साला स्ट्रीम ही कर लेता. Is he thinking that? I'm just wondering if he's thinking that way. Any chance of Gukesh getting an invitation to the Sinquefield Cup? I think he will. The form he's in Sinquefield Cup, kya bhai? I mean, especially now that we have one vacant spot thanks to some beads, so I think he will definitely get that invitation. There's no other youngster which is so good. So by the way, looking at Hikaru's game, I think he does look okay, roughly balanced. Going to the game of Pragg, because this position also looks similar to the Pragg endgame, so going there. See, what white lacks is good squares for his knight. His structure is awesome. And as we know, all king pawn endgames and knight endgames, structure becomes really important because pass pawn का फर्क पड़ता है. सौरभ कुमार जी भाई, ये हमारे ओजी व्यूअर्स में से है भाई. मॉड क्यों नहीं है भाई तू? ये क्या हो गया भाई? अरे अनिर्वाण भाई, thanks a lot for the spread भाई. May you continue to flourish. Thanks a lot, man. It's been an incredible journey over 3 years. Thanks a lot, man. भाई तुम मॉड क्यों नहीं हो सौरभ कुमार? ये फेक सौरभ है भाई. तुम्हारे ये फेकस्टर आ गया यार. भाई सौरभ कुमार आईआईटी पहुंच गया भाई हमारी स्ट्रीम देख के. कमाल है भाई. So the only problem is कि अभी वो नाइट्स फायदा उठा नहीं पा रहे thanks to the rooks. So I do think कि Pragg की पोजीशन और बेटर होने वाली है. It will not get worse. So Pragg should be able to convert this. आ गया असली अकाउंट से. क्या हाल है भाई आईआईटी गुवाहाटी में? भाई क्या हाल है? क्या चल रहा है वहां पे भाई? क्या इनोवेशन करी तुमने भाई? एआई पे काम कर रहे हो कि नहीं कर रहे? मैं असली सौरभ कुमार. इंडिया नंबर 3 का क्या हुआ? इंडिया नंबर 3 कौन है यार? एक्चुअली आई एम कंफ्यूज्ड. बहुत सारे लोग आसपास है अभी. ओ विदित है. विदित इज as long as we saw last time, it was equal. A5 was a bit dubious, but also exchanges pawns. E4. Now this is the thing. If he manages E3 under the correct circumstances, I think he could be better. If he doesn't manage E3 whatsoever, kabhi nahi aaya, then white is clearly better thanks to his pass pawn. So this is why this pawn is so important. It gets rid of the F pawn and opens the white's king. So white will push C5 at the correct moment. So you have to see, can I push this at some point? अच्छा BHU है तुम्हारा. Okay. इतने इंटेलिजेंट लोग आते हैं इधर. फीलिंग लाइक आई एम लोअरिंग द IQ of the whole chat. नहीं भाई. For every IITian, there's also a lovely professional university guy in the chat. Your background music gives horror movie vibes. नहीं भाई, अच्छा म्यूजिक है. I love this. थापर ओपी इंडीड भाई. कभी जाना है थापर यार, बहुत टाइम हो गया. एक बार जाके देखना है भाई. वो गलियां, वो नजारे भाई, जहां पे हम रोमांस पढ़ाई किया करते थे, वो एक बार देखनी थी यार. क्या हालचाल? जस्ट ग्रेजुएट फ्रॉम आईआईटी आफ्टर वाचिंग दी स्ट्रीम्स. आईआईटी में क्या भाई तुम्हारा वो फाइनल थीसिस क्या था भाई? अनिश इज प्लेइंग भाई. यस. और सर्बियन फिल्म देखा है? सर्बियन फिल्म नहीं यार, आई हैव नॉट सीन दिस. सर्बिया के रिगार्डिंग आई एम अ बिट हेजिटेंट देखने के लिए कुछ भी. हाय ब्रो, क्या हाल है? फरीदाबाद में स्ट्रीम्स देखते थे, आईआईटी से ग्रेजुएट हुआ हूं। अरे बढ़िया, फरीदाबाद में कौन सा आईआईटी है बड़ी? ओ बाय द वे, वेट, लुक एट नाइट H5. सो विदित का प्लान इज वेरी ऑब्वियस, नाइट F4 92. If Knight F4 92 happens, I will donate my second Sahil Tikku channel for free. So please go to Bluebaum Matthias. उसको चाहे तुम उसके हाथ बांध लो, उसको तुम कन्विंस कर लो भाई. So if this happens on the board and he loses his queen, I will donate the second channel for free by to somebody in the chat. Come on. थापर और एलपी और एमिटी, come on dude. थापर इतना भी नहीं गिरा कि एलपी और एमिटी के बगल में आ जाए. भाई एमिटी में मैं गया था और एमिटी में भाई जितना मैं देखा है, दिस इज द ऑनेस्ट कॉलेज गाय ओपिनियन, जो कॉलेज में दिमाग में, इफ आई एम गोइंग बैक टू दैट स्टेज ऑफ माई लाइफ, वहां पे भाई सिर्फ तुम लड़कीबाजी कर सकते हो. वहां पे पढ़ाई शढ़ाई तो होनी नहीं है. तो इफ यू वांट टू डू दैट, प्लीज गो देयर. रिजेक्ट योर डोनेशन. भाई मुझे वो आई गॉट दोस फ्रेंड्स वाइफ, भाई वो शादी वाली वो जो डोनेट करते हैं. Who is the youngest world champion? Is it Magnus? Yes, he is the youngest. मकसूद तो शायद नहीं है. मैंने आईआईटी की थी जम्मू से. भाई आईआईटी श्रीनगर भी है भाई. Imagine studying there. यो अमंदर भाई, क्या हाल चाल? भाई अगर भाई would you go to IIT श्रीनगर if you had the chance? Like would you go? सब कुछ paid for है, all expenses paid. IIT श्रीनगर, would you go? By the way, time बहुत कम है यार. They really have to play faster. So Vidit right now is preparing some sort of knight F4, and even if this doesn't happen and my channel is saved, he still might at some point do this and try to mate here and whatever it is. So किसी का समय ने ब्लंडर किया था, knight F4 queen G2 और विदित ने वो क्वीन मार दी थी. ऐसा ना हो जाए. You got grey hair? नहीं भाई, I used to put on मेहंदी भाई और color my hair, तो वो मैंने पिछले 6 महीने से किया नहीं है because I have not been streaming. उसकी तैयारी चल रही है, तो कल परसों में बाल सही लगेंगे भाई. आई हैव हैड व्हाइट हेयर सिंस आई वाज 9 years old. तो स्कूल में मैं जाता था ना, जब 12 साल की उम्र में, टुंग 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 टुंग, तो मस्त फीलिंग आती थी भाई. लोग कहते थे ये बंदा तो स्मार्ट होगा भाई. केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग वर्थ इट है क्या? बिल्कुल भाई. आई वुड से बायोटेक आई थिंक इज डेफिनेटली वर्थ इट. केमिकल एज वेल. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन वेयर यू गो. देखो भाई, हाउ कैन यू अलाइन योरसेल्फ विद एआई भाई? एआई जहां घुस सकता है ना, वहां पे यू कैन प्रॉब्ली गेट इन. मेहंदी रचने वाली. यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ हैदराबाद से इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ लू, टायर थी इंजीनियरिंग. भाई इंजीनियरिंग अगर अवॉइड कर सकते तो कर लो भाई. बाद में क्वीन D4. ओके, नाइट F4. यार लेट्स गो. 4 का भी वैलिड है भाई. 4 is still valid, but he would probably play queen D6. I am guessing. समय गेम कैसा लगता है आपको? वो चेस चैट गेम कैसा है? गेम अच्छा है रे भाई. ही इंप्रूव like 1000 rating in 2 years भाई. That's literally like professional coaching. Like he had access to all those strong players, so he took advantage of it. Now he could like he could genuinely, he plays me and played me in the past. Like even last month I think हम खेले थे थोड़ा सा. Like he doesn't lose easily. It's not easy to beat him. पेरेंट्स वुड नॉट अलाउ. कह रहे धनंजय, क्या अलाउ नहीं करेंगे पेरेंट्स भाई? एमिटी जाना. भाई अब वो पेरेंट्स ने भी एमिटी का इंटरव्यू दिया है ना भाई, तो उनको पता है तुम क्या करने जा रहे हो. एमिटी ने दुनिया भर के सारे लाइव स्ट्रीम स्पॉन्सर करे अपार्ट फ्रॉम चेस स्ट्रीम्स. देखो एमिटी टाइम आ चुका है. दिस इज द मोमेंट. अर्जुन खेल रहा. रुको. अर्जुन लेट मी गो. अर्जुन. So Arjun right now, again, it's very similar. Nothing much has changed. In fact, the black king side is even weaker now. But I'm not a big fan of this bishop for some reason. It looks a bit loose. ऐसे लटका हुआ है, जैसे लड़कियां ने मुझे लटकाया लाइफ में, वैसे ही लटका हुआ है. I would say कि मतलब it's better but not like ऐसे critically better yet. I wish I had a light square bishop here, but वो है नहीं. That's what's missing in this position. यो अंकित भाई, क्या हालचाल? बहुत बढ़िया भाई, मस्त है भाई हम लोग. He has won most of the amateur tournaments he took part in online वाले. I know he plays really well and he makes sure कि भाई सारे his opponents, I think the main, although he plays well, I think Sameka main skill is in promoting chess. That's his main skill, man. He has done it really well. I think apart from him, there's only Levy who has had more of an influence, and that too only because he's done it for longer. Like अभी भी कर रहा है वो full time. Okay, so going to the game of Gukesh again, which we have not seen for a while. भाई नया क्या मरा भाई यहाँ पे? कुछ तो मरा. रुको. ये क्या हुआ भाई? So he took on d4, queen c7, gets out of this, but I still don't like this queen because it's opposite the bishop. So I'm still a bit cautious about this. Knight f3, knight h5. Yeah, he's going after this bishop. If the bishop drops back, I can anyway play knight h4. So white says, maar de bhai, tu le le yaar, tu le le. And he takes on g3, and now he takes here. Plus, Levi speaks English, so bigger audience. No, I think India mein audience enough hai. I don't think if you speak Hindi, you ideally would have a lower audience than English speakers. There's no such criteria. Indian speakers enough है दुनिया में, Hindi speakers भी. बोटेस पूरे यूएस को लॉन्डो को चेस में लाई है, कह रहे हैं हर्ष वर्मा जी. आपने कहा भाई, मैंने कुछ नहीं कहा. When I attended your stream, आप जर्मनी लाइन में थे. हाँ भाई, I was about to go to Germany this year, but I postponed it by a year thanks to some reasons which I have discussed earlier. So अभी एक साल मिल गया भाई. And now the white king is very safe. So ideally what you want to do is long term strategy भाई. पहले f6, which again Milton would be mad at, and then you play h5, h4 and open this. But it's very difficult to push this, yeah, because once you play f6, then bishop opens up and then it's all mayhem. So the king is pretty safe, but luckily still no knight on f5. If the knight lands on f5, this is curtains. You don't want this in any case. ये ध्यान रखना, बस ये avoid करना है. Gukesh should be safe. Of course, it will not move here in one move like with maneuvers, yeah? Here. Third most, in fact, the most number of viewers on YouTube are actually not from the US, are from India. जहाँ तक मुझे knowledge है. So if, even though it's a US company, maximum number of viewers are from India. So of course that means कि हिंदी के लिए you will have good potential. Because many Indians do not care about Levi. Exactly. That's also true, Prima bhai. Because for the first time when I realized कि Levi की power or influence किया है, that was way, I think, in 2021. So even though he was already way, like when he had like 600k subs or something, तब तक I did not even follow his content. CEO भी इंडियन है, exactly. भाई CEO सारे इंडियन ही है भाई. किस कंपनी का CEO इंडियन नहीं है भाई, तुम बताओ. Okay, going to the game of Pragg now. भाई कहाँ पहुंचा लौंडा भाई, कुछ किया इंप्रूवमेंट की नहीं भाई? कर रहा है देखो. h5 खेल दिया, ये दोनों पॉन एक पॉन से लिमिटेड. He will at some point probably play h5 first and then g5. He is forced to take, and that opens the g5. Let's say I play h5. Let's say black passes, yeah, and now you can see how g5 is very strong. You take, I take with the knight, or I take with the rook. I have gotten an open file, and my pieces are right in your face, and he plays h5. Wow. LinkedIn पे हो क्या? Let's connect. भाई LinkedIn मैंने बनाया था. मैंने LinkedIn बनाया है इस साल, लेकिन भाई मैं किसी से कनेक्ट नहीं करने वाला. सिंपल रीजन ये है कि भाई वो LinkedIn मैंने उसके लिए रखा है, कल को जर्मनी जाना पड़े तो. भाई LinkedIn इज कंप्लीटली सेपरेट. प्लीज डोंट फॉलो मी. और क्योंकि मैं LinkedIn, पता है मेरे को जब भी नोटिफिकेशन आता है LinkedIn का मेल पे कि भाई somebody wants to connect with you, मेरे को सदमा लगता है. अरे यार नॉर्मल नौकरी भी करनी पड़ेगी एक दिन. तो प्लीज डोंट गिव मी एनी मोर नोटिफिकेशंस. मैं हाथ जोड़ रहा हूं भाई. इंस्टाग्राम पे फॉलो करो भाई, दैट मेक्स मोर सेंस. अर्जुन एक्सचेंज डाउन होने वाला है. What? Oh, Nihal has drawn. Chat, Nihal has drawn as discussed. That's one update. And Gukesh has drawn. Gukesh D has offered a draw to SL after bishop c8. And honestly, this does look indeed like a draw. But I think SL missed a trick here. He was better. He had the white pieces. And tomorrow, Gukesh will be white. And he won't have any sympathy for SL. He will go for the kill. People on LinkedIn saying, dude, when I first logged in on LinkedIn, tell me if this is true or not, as somebody who's might be working. On LinkedIn, it looks like everybody is a fucking CEO. People, like I know people, कुछ लोग मेरे हॉस्टल में भाई सिगरेट के लिए 50-50 रुपए मांगते फिरते थे लोगों से, अननोन लोगों से जिनको जानते भी नहीं है. दर दर डोर घूमते थे. भाई 50 रुपए दे दे, भाई 50 रुपए दे दे. वो बंदे प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर है. हम लाइक भाई तू 50 रुपए तो मांगता फिरता था भाई हॉस्टल में, भाई तू प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर कहां से बन गया भाई? लिंक्डइन पे तो हर किसी ने भाई, लिंक्डइन पे हर कोई सीईओ है भाई, हर कोई सीईओ है भाई. तो मेरे को तो उस प्लेटफॉर्म से बहुत डर लगता है भाई. People who genuinely have done something like वो बहुत कम है. आने से मोड़ी देते हैं और अपना एक फोटो लगाए थे. हाँ भाई LinkedIn as a platform, I thought Instagram is like a bit, show offy. LinkedIn is the same, man. I could not differentiate honestly. It's a really good platform for people who generally want to connect and do some things and get a job and so on. But overall, भाई ऐसे बहुत लोग हैं भाई वहाँ पे influencer. Okay, now by the way, so Gukesh has drawn. That means they will play tomorrow, and that means tomorrow is a knockout game both for Nihal and Gukesh. So let's remove these two games now from the list. And let's, by the way, Hikaru has also drawn one more draw. So we have a rook end game. Hikaru also has realized that rapid section is his forte. So why worry about the classical section? So it's a draw as well. And now we go to the game of Vidit Gujrathi, and we'll go to the others one by one. So here we saw knight f4 on the board. Now this is a threat. So white plays rook to d2. What was wrong with queen d6? I'm wondering. I think it's rook to c8. And you can't defend this pawn because rook d4, there is knight e2 fork. So that's why he did not go for it. Good trap by Vidit there. So white sees it, plays rook d2, and now knight 2 is attacking this. And of course, chat, question for you, chat. Is queen takes e4 possible? Yes or no? Draw हुआ अभी तो क्या होगा? कल मैच होगा भाई. One out of two games है. Who wins 1.5 points wins. भाई ओहो तनिष भाई क्या हाल है? मैं अन्ना गेम चेक करके आया. ये लव का इमोजी क्यों डाला है भाई? अन्ना कौन है? Who's अन्ना? लिंक्ड डिफिनेशन होता है कोरा कभी यूज. अबे कोरा तो भाई उसमें तो एवरीबॉडी इज एन एक्सपर्ट. लिंक्डइन में कम से कम भाई मतलब एटलीस्ट दे नीड सम पोस्ट. कोरा में तो एवरीबॉडी इज लाइक मतलब हर किसी को सब कुछ पता है. Yeah, if you play queen takes e4 chat, unfortunately, you know, this knight is a bit awkward. And now I can play moves like knight to f4. If you move the queen anywhere apart from b1, you would lose your rook. And it would not only be check, but very soon mate, because there's discovered check incoming. So you have to play queen to b1. And that means the c4 pawn is hanging. Knight to check is incoming. And you would be much, much worse. So hence knight is a good move. I think white will probably go to c3, maintaining, you know, connection with these two pawns. That's something he should do. Acha, Muzichuk, okay. Queen takes pawn impossible, back rank mate. Mate in one to nahi hai bhai, because knight block. But because queen b1 bhi hai, but it will be much worse. Check Arjun game, it's crazy. Bhai, aisa kahan koi कहता है exchange down है भाई. रुको Arjun game देखते हैं यार. What is this? Where's the queen? भाई ये क्या गेम है भाई? चैट स्ट्रीम लाइक करो, एक चैलेंज करने वाला हूं मैं. द टाइम है 7:38. अगर 7:45 तक 200 लाइक हुए तो एक बंदे को मैं चेस का मेंबरशिप डायमंड दूंगा, स्ट्रेट डायमंड. सीधा 250 लाइक होने चाहिए भाई टिल 7:45. लेट्स गो. So by the way, we saw all of this. Let's have a look at what happened. So we saw it till bishop c2, right? You're looking at this, and now comes, he took it. So bishop c2 had rook takes e3. He took the bishop. Rook takes e3, knight takes e3. Now d5 is weak. He takes the bishop, and now knight takes d5, threatening knight f6 fork, winning the queen. So now rook to. Dude, what a move! What? तुमने बोला ही नहीं भाई. अकाउंट का नाम बताओगे तभी तो दूंगा ना भाई. भाई डिस्कॉर्ड पे डीएम करो, अकाउंट का नाम बताओ तो दूंगा ना भाई. ये क्या मतलब है? Dude, what a move is this? Rook to e8. Oh, say possible ही नहीं है भाई. NM brain. Okay, my bad. Okay, it's of course it's still possible because it's hanging with the rook, but it's not the same. So knight takes b6 now, wins the b pawn. Very important. Rook takes e1. You can't take this. Check hai. And now black is thinking, dude, this is a crazy position, yeah. Anish lost. How is he lost? अबे कहाँ lost है बे? कुछ भी खेल तो रहा है लौंडा भाई. खेलते हुए बंदे को हरा दिया भाई. बंदा बंदी पे भी लाइन मारना स्टार्ट भी नहीं करा. कहा भैया नहीं मानेगी. नहीं, ये क्या भाई लाइन मार रहे हैं तो दोस्त को पहले लेट हर आस्क हर आउट एटलीस्ट, फिर मना करेगी लड़की, फिर मना मार देना भाई. पहले ही बोल दिया भाई तुमने. So going to Pragg's game now. What's happening? h5 के बाद knight to d6, and now comes knight to d2, and he's rerouting this stupid knight on b3 which had no squares. And yeah, I think g5 incoming at some point. 24 आवर स्ट्रीम भाई. कल 5.5 घंटे की स्ट्रीम थी. वाट लग गई थी भाई, बिकॉज आदत नहीं है ना भाई. हैबिट फॉर्म होती है तो पता नहीं लगता. इतने टाइम बाद आया भाई, तीसरे ही दिन भाई सीधा 5.5 घंटे की स्ट्रीम भाई. बैंड बज गई थी. प्लेइंग फॉर हरिकास डाउनफॉल. व्हाई? अच्छा, हिकारूस भाई. हिकारू और हरिका का सॉरी भाई, थोड़ा सा ना कुछ आर और के का चक्कर है भाई. माय बैड. विदित इज विनिंग रियली. नहीं मारा भाई, नहीं मारा. He's not winning, man. I think he's equal. He's roughly equal. लॉन्ग स्ट्रीक के लिए रेगुलर होना पड़ता है. डूड द थिंग इज, जहां तक मुझे समझ में आया ना, मुझे पता सही है कि नहीं, it makes more sense if I can make the other channel work and grow it like crazy, and yahan pe maybe I stream for the second half of the match. That makes more sense to me because live streaming channel grow nahi hoga. That way I am also growing a channel which is real motivation for me, and I am also streaming which is the most fun for me. So that works perfectly. And मैं एक और चीज ट्राई करने वाला, मैंने बोला शॉर्ट्स का भी ट्राई करने वाला अभी कुछ, तो वो भी बताऊंगा. भाई मॉड बना दे. अरे मॉड कैसे बनाए भाई, पहले स्ट्रीम तो लाइक करो भाई. हैंड्स इवन क्यों नहीं खेल रहा? बिकॉज बीट्स हैव बीन बैंड. सो आई थिंक दुनिया में कंपनी कोई एक दो दे वर टेकन ओवर, सो ही अनफॉर्चुनेटली वावा. नहीं भाई, नॉट दैट सॉर्ट ऑफ कंटेंट. चेस चैनल नहीं भाई. व्हाट काइंड ऑफ जॉब आर यू इन? यूट्यूब भाई. मुझे अब तक नहीं भाई. एक चीज है, तुषार भाई ने डेडिकेशन दिखाई है मॉड की तरफ भाई, ये तो माननी पड़ेगी भाई. इट्स लाइक माय डेडिकेशन फॉर यूट्यूब कभी छूटती नहीं है. आज मैं खा के आया हूं भाई. आज मैं पूरा खा के आया हूं. मैं पहले ही समझ गया था भाई कल, फूल मी वन शेम ऑन यू, फूल मी वन ट्वाइस शेम ऑन मी. चेसकॉम वर्ल्ड कप फूल मी यस्टरडे, तो अब दोबारा नहीं होगा भाई ये. जापान में कौन सा जॉब किया है? जापान वाला जॉब वाज अ बिट पर्सनल, सो आई कांट रील मच अबाउट इट. भाई मूड बना दो भाई. ये लगता है तुमने गलत वेबसाइट पे आ गए भाई तुम. कोई और ऐप तुमने खोलना होगा शायद, मुझे लग रहा है. Anyways, going to the game of ये गेम में जो भी सोच रहा है ओपोनेंट. बाय द वे टाइम कंट्रोल बहुत कम है यार, सबके पास टाइम बहुत कम है. Going to Pragg's game में कुछ हुआ नहीं. अर्जुन गेम by the way has something happened. Oh, he took play b5, takes on c5, and now of course queen takes c5 is the move. He could also play bishop a3 and then take, but I think just taking is also okay. Chat, do you think Arjun can win this? And more importantly, can he lose this? Let's look at this. Nihal has drawn and Gukesh have drawn, chat. So that tomorrow's game will be a knockout. First of all, as long as he brings this knight a4 by the way, so it's for fork immediately. Oh, it's a fork immediately. He gets rid of the strong bishop. ये तो बढ़िया है. Daniel भाई, वो मैंने कल बताया था कुछ कि जापान का बर्थ रेट बहुत लो है, तो I had to take care of it भाई. So now he'll take on b2, of course. That's I think the best move. Has to be. And chat, I think we had a very similar endgame where Carlsen was playing against Nepo. It was rook, knight, and I think couple of pawns against king and rook. World Cup Game 6. ऐसे कुछ था ना 2000 I think 21 में 20 में whatever it is. याद है तुम्हें? 21 में I think. ऐसी एंड गेम थी ना गेम 6 जो बहुत लंबी चली थी. फिर कार्लसन ने पॉन पुश किए थे. Something like this. तो it's very similar. And ये दो पॉन यहाँ पे ब्लैक के पास है. But these can be captured. I could totally play like, knight h4, rook e6, and there's nothing you can do. So long term, this cannot be lost for Arjun. That's one good news. And this can be winning. So I am putting my money on Arjun winning this game. I think he will win this. It's practically h4. Immediately good move. Stopping these pawn in their tracks. कल को ये पॉन आगे बढ़े ना, fixing the weakness on g6. Now it cannot move ever, and now the plan should be g3, king h2, rook e3, knight g5, rook f3. Like slowly finding that moment in time pressure when black makes a slight error and simply winning the game. Even if you win like rook and knight के बदले queen, that is completely winning. We got a pawn up in a pawn end game. चैनल का नाम सीक्रेट है भाई. उन दोनों में कोने में पॉन्स था. हाँ एग्जैक्टली. बट द थिंग इज, ये आई थिंक दिस शुड बी प्रैक्टिकली विनेबल. इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू डिफेंड. लॉन्गेस्ट गेम. एग्जैक्टली. यूपीआई आईडी डीएम कर दूंगा अगर ड्रॉ. मुझे बताया चैनल का नाम. नाइस. Going to the game of Pragg now. Not much has happened, I think. Rook g8. Okay. Knight h4. Wow. So knight f8, knight f3. I don't think he will repeat, of course. Tiku making news about a channel to hype up the chat and improve the engagement to Dude, trust me, if my secret channel was not working, I would be in Germany right now. And if I did not have the confidence to make a new shorts channel work, I would not be saying it. Like shorts का मेरे को experiment करना है. I have not really tried too much with it. So I want to start a shorts channel, get from 0 to let's say 50 or 100k in a month. That's the goal, but I'm still formulating the strategy कि भाई किस टाइप का कंटेंट बनाना है. अगर विदित जीता हो तो जैक्सन भाई को बुलाना. भाई जैक्सन भाई जब से गायब हुए हैं ना, as we know Jackson भाई had some affinity towards young people, so let's keep him away from Indian youngsters by in general. So going to the game of Anish Giri, to okay, this is a draw, man. This is a dead draw now. It's similar to Nihal's game, right? Very similar. So should be a draw as well. And Carlsen game, by the way. Chat, as I mentioned, एक करके pawn जा रहे हैं भाई. Do you show your face? I will not reveal anything, bhai. Fake prank shorts channel. I could, who knows, but मेरा अभी content सोचा नहीं है. I'm thinking about it. एक हफ्ते सोचूंगा मैं बैठ के, because the thing is, you only make a channel when you have a strategy. Otherwise, it's just waste of time. It will never grow. तो अभी strategy बना रहा हूँ. एक हफ्ते के अंदर start करूंगा. I think. जिस दिन rest day होगा ना इसका, उस दिन बैठ के I will think about that. लगता जवान में विक्की दोनों 2K शूटिंग करने गए थे. Who knows? Hikaru game is already drawn, by it's already over. और कौन सी गेम बोली थी? VD game is dead drawn. Really? Let me have a look. Is it drawn though? So after knight to e6, he played queen to e3. So he maintains, blocks this pawn physically by putting his queen there. भाई कैसा alpha male है भाई? रानी से काम करवा रहा है. And now queen takes here. But honestly, chat, I'm still not sure if it's equal. I'm still not sure, because the thing is, white's pieces are very awkwardly placed. देखो ना, knight back rank पे है, like queen c1 is so tempting. The rook is awkward, and then pawn is awkward. AI voice, नहीं भाई, it has my voice. क्यों? I don't know भाई, I don't know. अब यार ये बात क्वेश्चन पूछना बंद करो भाई, तुमने कभी कुछ निकल जाएगा मुंह से मेरे, बस. अब because of this reason, I am going to ignore every secret channel question from now on. I think it's getting a bit risky now. It's getting a bit risky, so I'm going to ignore all these questions now. Bye. So, and this pawn is also weak. B4 pawn is also weak. Bye. So I can imagine, if I play queen c1, you have to probably go queen e3, and then I can play, okay, not rook d8 because of rook d8, but at some point I can play rook b8 and put pressure on this pawn. This pawn might be weak. आज मेरा बर्थडे है. अरे तुषार कुमार भाई, बर्थडे तुमने इन्वेंट कर दिया भाई. मतलब अपनी मम्मा को बोला, मम्मा किस दिन पैदा हुआ था? बेटा तुम पैदा हुए थे 2 जनवरी को. माँ आज से मैं 5 अगस्त को पैदा हुआ. चेंज ही कर दिया भाई. सीक्रेट चैनल की मेंबरशिप पर्क्स में पिक्स में ये हमारा चैनल है क्या? लमाओ नहीं भाई. Okay, anyways, going to the game of Arjun, what's happening here? I think this is the moment. Chat, by the way, this is similar to starting a YouTube channel, this position. So you don't just start a channel, you formulate a strategy ki maine karna kya hai, and how will the channel or the position look like, let's say 50 videos from now or 50 moves from now. So he's trying to figure out where does every chess piece belong. Will the knight belong on g5? Will the knight belong on f4? Which I think is the best square. For example, g3, I don't know how you get to f4, like knight here, whatever it is once you move the rook. Like for example, let's say black just waits, yeah? Let's say you play g3, he plays king g7, now rook e3, king g8. Let's say knight e5, king g7, knight d3, queen b5, saving the queen, knight f4, okay? And now you can see how rook e6 and rook g6 is incoming. Now the engine shows equal, and maybe it is, but for a human, it's possible to make a mistake here. At least I would like to believe so. Also, you could put the knight on g5. You could dance around. Kabhi knight g5 pe hai. You could give a check, put it on g5. So there are multiple ways to push here. But objectively, still a draw, of course. But it's a risk-free advantage. Arjun cannot lose this. Vishali, game 2, pawn down, but position is good. Nice, bhai. Vishali ka game bhi dekhte. Ek baar to maar lete yaar. Vaishali against Maria Muzichuk. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2. Okay, pawn down. Yeah, she definitely has active pieces, but what happens after queen d3 something I'm thinking. She has the bishop pair and a very strong bishop on d5, which defends the weakness. So I do think objectively, with best play, it should be drawn. But white still has an extra pawn. And rook b7 is an idea as well at some point, not right now because of bishop h2 when rook takes rook, but at some point it will be. So still white is better, I think, but yeah, compensation there. Oh, Divya was completely lost, jahan tak mujhe yaad hai, but let's have a look once. How is Divya doing? Divya has lost to Gorechkina, chat. She has indeed lost to Gorechkina, so that is game done. Going to the game. Oh, by the way, something happened. He played g3 and now queen c3 played. I think rook e3 will happen pretty quickly. VD game. I told you VD game has to be interesting, man, because it was very obvious कि जब तक ये pawn यहाँ पे है and ये pawn है, it will be interesting. Queen c3 played, keeping an eye on all these pieces. Now comes rook e2 and now f5. See, he's going for it. He's not settling for an equal position and he's definitely creating more space. So यहाँ पे कुछ ही possible है. Although queen d6, according to the engines, is a repetition with queen d6, king f7. Queen d7, king f8, it says as a repetition, but will the players play it? I don't think so. You still practice playing chess by yourself? I don't actually. Honestly, I'll tell you, anybody who's growing up to and thinking of becoming a chess player, don't do it, because the stakes have risen now, and to make a living in chess, you need to be 2650 at least. So even though regardless of what people will tell you, you know, कि हाँ chess में बहुत future है भाई, ये है, but don't do it. Hate working on Saturdays, but having your own stamp is pretty great. हाँ, ये तो है भाई, ये तो है. गोरा चिकना इज है यार. अरे ये क्या है भाई, गोरेच की ना गोरा चिकना बना दिया. What the hell? ये कहाँ से सोचते हो भाई तुम ये नाम? Why are you playing chess? Because I love the game, bhai. Gukesh game is a draw. Gukesh has drawn and वो भी draw चुका है. Nihal has drawn. One day by day सुंदर होते जा रहे हो. अरे thank you यार. You know I'll tell you my secret, my skincare routine. So since I have started, सर्दियाँ खत्म हुई and I started taking a bath every day, and then I started using conditioner and I changed my pronouns. Since then I've started getting a lot of compliments कि you're very beautiful and so on. 1 million. Magnus game देखते भाई, रुको भाई. Magnus is completely winning as we discussed. I think ये pawn मरने वाला है. He will go here, capture here, come back here, and slowly create some zugzwang with checks. Like he will capture this, give a check, king will go back, then king e5, knight will move, he will capture d5. This is easily winning. Like I would win this against Aryan Tari, so Carlsen definitely would, unless I am overestimating my chances. But I think I should win this. So he will as well. So going to this game again. Let's see what has happened. Okay, f5 and knight c2 played. So he does not find the best move, queen d6. I told you, very complicated position. Knight c2 played and apparently queen d3 gives Vidit a slight edge. मैंने बोला सर्दियां खत्म हुई तो बात एवरीडे भाई. सर्दियों में यार अगर if you are working from home, you are telling me you take a bath 7 days a week when it's 1 degree outside. Really? When you work from home, I really doubt it. Why? Did you feel transphobic? Oh my god, shit, yaar. Now what will happen? Dude, these are first world problems. You can have pronouns or not, buddy. Everybody has their own choice. Which player has won the most matches with the black pieces? I don't think it matters here actually. This is not Indian chess league, so यहाँ matter नहीं करता है. Arjun game तो बहुत slow होगी यार. It's going to be the slowest game on the planet now. He will dance around, but he has to be careful because he has played h4 very quickly. That means he has 50 moves. Because black is never going to push any of the pawns and there are going to be no captures whatsoever. If you look at the position, what can you exchange? Nothing. The only exchange you have is when you play the winning move. So he has got 50 moves to win this. He has to be careful of that fact. Going to the game of Vidit Gujrathi now. And he finds queen d3, I think. Has he played it? Arey kya hua bhai? He found it. Queen d3, excellent move, yeah. Vidit playing some sharp moves. Mia has won the most matches with the black pieces. भाई देखो लड़की ने जोक मारा है about a female ex star, तो it's totally acceptable भाई. We can laugh on it. Once you're a hostler, you will bath every 4-5 days. That's the reality. भाई I've been a hostler. I was never that guy usually, but alternate day होता था मेरा hostel में. You should be 2-6-5-0 rated or be an arbiter. Okay, bhai. Some cope there. Okay, Queen E3. Yeah, I have one issue with Chesscom. Yeah, maybe Chesscom can improve on this. You know, it's important to see, get some feedback, right? So whenever any opponent is playing some Indian player, उनका exclamation mark कभी आना ही नहीं चाहिए. I think that would be fair, right? मतलब we don't care. अच्छी खेल तो क्या हो गया भाई? We only need to see blunders. Like for example, if you remove this, ठीक है? See, now it looks so much better. It looks so much better now. I'm suddenly loving Chess.com so much more. So I think Chess.com should work on this. This one feature we can add, that all our opponents, the opponent countries or whatever, our opposition's moves are question marks. Every move is question mark. So let's see what happens. So he played Queen E3 and now Rook D8 played. Okay, so offering a queen trade, you cannot really trade queens, I think, because chat, Queen D3, there is E takes D3 and itna cute सा fork, and ye pawn by big boss hai, and he is the Levy of the chess world. He is the let's say Mia of the X world. He is the Modi of the politics world. He is the everything. So going back, this is the current position. आर्बिटर कितना कमा लेते हैं बताएंगे भाई हमें, भाई मुझे पता नहीं है. राज कुंद्रा से रिलेटेड चैनल तो नहीं भाई. Himuga says, I'll also look so much better. He is the Sahil of the chess world. ये क्या भाई? VD will find draw here. Dude, this is still a draw. Mod कितना कमा लेते हैं भाई? बहुत ज़्यादा भाई. इतना social proof मिलता है उनको, जब उनको कोई किसी को बैन करने को नहीं मिलता और घंटा कुछ मिलता है. Okay, so I think VD still looking slightly better. Arjun still taking all his time in the world. मजे कर रहा है भाई वो. And then you go to the game of Pragg, who was better. And chat, look at this. Pragg played an excellent move, knight h4, knight f8, rook f1 was a mistake, but still looks very practical. g5 takes, and now comes knight f3, and he has a clear target to attack on h6. Thank you, Satyajit. चैनल नहीं कमा पा रहा, मॉड कहां से कमाएगा? टूशे आज तो कमाया भाई, थैंक्स टू नित्या भाई, बट टूशे भाई. न्यूज आई थी कि 30 फैयाज वाज कॉट स्मगलिंग ड्रग्स. ओ भाई, उस नाक में स्मगल कर रहा था वो, एंड दैट ड्रग वाज अ निर्मा सोप भाई, निर्मा सोप थी वो. योर ब्रोक जोक्स भाई दिल से निकलते भाई, दिल से. योर न्यू चैनल इज कॉल्ड माइक. नहीं, मैं इंडियन बंदा हूं. आई विल नेवर नेम माय चैनल माइक. इट विल बी अनबिलीवेबल. सो नाउ रुक एच8. देखा इस लोग की औकात क्या है भाई? प्यादा बचाने के लिए पैदा हुआ है क्या ये? हाँ, ये क्या रुक है क्या ये भाई? ये रुक आर गोइंग टू बी एक्टिव. देखो ये देखो, प्रग का रुक भाई प्यादा खाने के लिए बैठा है. नाउ किंग f6 एंड रुक h5, knight f7, and now the position slightly better. 2 minutes for Pragg, by the way. He still has to play one more move, I think. Yes, bro. German course complete नहीं किया यार. I stopped after A2 and I forgot everything. So if I do go next year, तो मुझे दोबारा start करना पड़ेगा. But yes, now I understand a little bit. Meine Name ist Sahil Tikku या फिर Ich habe keine Geld. Whatever. Are you getting Kashmir flashbacks in Haryana? Dude, I was not born in Kashmir. I was born in Faridabad. My parents suffered through that, so I can't access their memories. So yeah, I am not getting any flashbacks yet. Ask smoking करते हैं नहीं भाई. Never touched a cigarette in my life. Going to the game of Anish Giri, which is they are fighting for no reason, just like me and my girlfriend. So going to Magnus Carlsen, fighting for a pawn. Who gets it? Let's see. Ish lieber dish. Exactly. ये कहने का मौका मुझे कभी मिला नहीं है यार. आपको कश्मीरी कोटा मिलता है क्या भाई? एक कॉलेज में मिला था बट जरूरत नहीं पड़ी उसकी मेरे को. अपन यार जनरल में खेलते हैं भाई. वी आर नॉट द कोटा गाय. भाई यूजुअली इफ यू गो टू अ कॉलेज, पूरे कॉलेज में एक सीट होती है कश्मीरी कोटा की. मैगी के लिए. ओह, मैगी तो जीत रहा है रे. हाउ इज स्मोकिंग कल्चर इन थापर? बहुत लोग करते हैं भाई, मेरे दोस्त तो करते थे मैक्सिमम. Okay, by the way, nothing has happened. Oh, he played knight e1. Interesting. So attacks the queen, and of course you don't trade queens. That's very obvious. फिर तो draw हो जाएगी. Queen to d1, rook c2. So activating the rooks. Chat, this game is very complicated because either side to gain the edge. यहाँ पे Vidit's king is on f8. Not to forget the queens are on the board and Vidit's king is on f8. It's not on h7 where it should be. So यहाँ पे काफी रिस्क है Vidit के लिए भी. It's not a one-way street yet. एक ही आदमी जिंदा आता है कश्मीर. Dude, I think समय अभी कश्मीर गया हुआ था जहां तक मुझे आइडिया है. And I was like, this guy has balls, has. भाई कश्मीर में एक टूर्नामेंट था, चेस टूर्नामेंट था, आई थिंक दिस ईयर और लास्ट ईयर. मैं सोच रहा था भाई कि व्हाट इफ आई गो, व्हाट विल हैपन. आपको डुबोव लॉस, क्या बात कर रहे हो? हाउ डू यू आइडेंटिफाई कश्मीर? आई आइडेंटिफाई माई सेल्फ एज एन इंडियन भाई. Okay, and as a general neutral guy. Okay, sorry, वो जोक नहीं डाला चाहिए, too much. Going to the game of Erigaisi Arjun. See, he has put the knight on g5. So he's trying to figure out the formation. One beautiful way, one, let's say, optimistic variation would be rookies f3, queens here. Okay, sorry, queen here, check, king here, and here. That would be very optimistic. Not gonna happen in a million years, but still, a guy can dream. Going to the game of Anish, draw हुआ क्या? ये तो लग रहा है भाई, Anish का draw हो जाएगा. Carlsen still fighting. Going to Vidit's game, not much happening. Going to Arjun's game. Okay, let's stick to Vidit's game I think and Pragg's game. ये दोनों बहुत interesting है. By the way, he played knight to c4. See, there's a lot of pressure on this pawn. 1, 2, 3 पीस डिफेंस कर रहे हैं और 1, 2, 3 पीस अटैक कर रहे हैं. So Black's entire army is tied down to defending it. YTP members व्यूज से तो कम पैसे मिलते होंगे. जस्ट क्यूरियस, आई हैव नो क्लू बाय हाउ इट वर्क्स, बट यूजुअली YT और उसमें कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है यूजुअली. चेस में कोटा होता तो आपको भी वर्ल्ड चैंपियन खेलने का मौका मिल जाता. हाँ यार, करना चाहिए नहीं? आई थिंक एक कश्मीरी कोटा होना चाहिए कैंडिडेट्स में. मैं क्वालिफाई कर जाऊंगा और जिस दिन मैं नहीं खेलूंगा समय क्वालिफाई कर जाएगा. बढ़िया है भाई, ये तो बढ़िया है भाई. आई थिंक समय को बोलता भाई कॉन्टैक्ट करेगा फिडे को. LGBT लेट्स गेट बिरयानी टुनाइट, ये कहां से आ गया भाई? ये क्या ही फुल फॉर्म है? Are you following PogChamps? Dude, my favorite creators are missing from PogChamps. Ludwig is not playing. Mr. Beast is not playing. Moist Critical is not playing. So I kind of find no sense in following it. If they were playing, I would probably look at it. Why is like some draw still having so many pieces? I think the position was equal. It was a fair draw. You think you are the best Kashmiri player? Actually, no. There is one guy in the US who's Kashmiri, but he's a US citizen who's better. Uske alawa, at least I don't know anybody. So that's the thing. Let's totally get... Dude, by the way, I must say one thing. Recently, I think it was 10 days back. So, कुछ खाने के लिए मैंने ऑर्डर कर रहा था and I ordered biryani by kilo. पहली बार लाइफ में. भाई टेस्टी थी यार, मानना तो पड़ेगा. मतलब it was totally unhealthy, lots of oil. But taste wise so tasty थी भाई, मानना पड़ेगा. That's the pickup line you should use on Anisha भाई. Let's totally get biryani tonight at your place or mine. कहाँ की बिरयानी टेस्टी बनेगी? Thoughts on Narayanan Ramirez? No thoughts भाई. I am not less than 18 years. I can't have any thoughts. साहित्य को कश्मीर स्टेट भाई, I am हरियाणा स्टेट चैंपियन by the way multiple time. हरियाणा में प्लेयर ही नहीं है भाई कोई. I am कश्मीरी पंडित भाई. किसी को बताना नहीं बस. चार स्ट्रीम लाइक कर दो भाई. लेट्स गेट टू 250 लाइक भाई, जल्दी से यार, ऐसे नहीं चलेगा भाई, जल्दी से लाइक करो. आई डिडंट लाइक इट. द पिकअप लाइन और बिरयानी. अच्छा बिरयानी, ओके. गोइंग टू विन दिस गेम भाई. ओ क्वीन ऑन B1 भाई. जब भी क्वीन किसी के प्यादे पे नजर मारती है तो गेम इंटरेस्टिंग हो जाती है भाई. लेट्स हैव अ लुक. सो क्वीन B1 आइडिया जस्ट टू कैप्चर द पॉन. हाउ डज ही सेव दिस पॉन? इट्स नॉट सो क्लियर. इट्स नॉट सो क्लियर. Yo, Pinto bhai, we are back. We are totally back. Maybe not in full mode, but we are definitely back. अब रोज stream करेंगे. Maybe not the entire event due to some reasons which you can check in the previous streams queue. We are working on other channels also अभी साथ. Beware of rioters in Faridabad. I know भाई, I know. कल चैनल बिकने से बच गया. हाँ भाई, कल बाल बच गया चैनल बिकने से भाई. एक रुपए में Hikaru won. How to play Rock Gambit ADV variation? ये मुझे पता नहीं कौन सी वेरिएशन है भाई. Sounds like some... अरे प्यादा गया. What? This guy just gave away the pawn. Dude, Vidi is a pawn up now. So even though the pawns on the same side of the board, this is still better for Vidi. Come on, Vidi, just win this. Opponent's time bhi bahut kam hai. Although ek hi move pending hai for the time control. Blunder, 40th move, blunder, come on. Blunder incoming, 40th move, and yes. By slide blunder by his opponent. G3 does not look like a good move at all. First of all, it allows F4 in some cases. Second, it allows knight D4, knight F3. Once the knight on E1 decides to move, G3 I don't like one bit. And now VD is definitely better. Pawn up, slightly weakened king. The king has to go to slightly to H7. That's very important. You don't want to keep it here. Once the king gets to H7, I think VD will start pushing this F pawn at some point. Here, rook F8. Defend this pawn. Already defended. F4 takes, knight takes, and white resigns. So I think बहुत चांस है वीडी जीतने के लिए. वीडी might just win this with the black pieces. Chat looks very good for Vidit. ये किंग बचाना है, बिल्कुल किंग बचाना है भाई. It's a variation played in you versus समय match. पता नहीं भाई. But do you really check the names of the variations? मैंने आज तक कभी चेक नहीं करी. Positional blunder है. No, it's not a positional blunder. It just makes white's position much more difficult to play because these two squares are incredibly tasty and very accessible. So what now white has to do? He has to keep the knight on E1, which is ridiculous. I mean, knight E1 पे थोड़ी होना चाहिए भाई. बेचारा सपने देखोगे भाई लाइफ में बहुत सारे. So that's the problem with this. Aaj VD might just win, chat. I think we are looking forward to a Vidit win today. That will be a huge win for him. By the way, Magnus Carlsen has indeed won. Look at the final position, man. His opponent resigned in this position. Really? Even though material is equal, it's lost. Going back, this was the position. Knight G8, check, takes the pawn, rook here, check, king D4, rook G6. Look at the Carlsen move here. This chat, can you guess what is the evaluation of this move? Anybody who judges the dot evaluation gets a Chessco membership by. You can't guess it. You can't guess it. It's impossible apart from looking at the engine itself. Guess karo bhai. What is the evaluation of this position? Plus 48, mate in 39, plus 100. It's mate in 46. Carlsen be like, oh, mate in 46. मार दिया भाई. तो he calculated mate in 46. Awesome. And the problem is कि now white's king is the one who gets access to these squares. One by one, he will grab both these pawns and this will be lost. So Carlsen has also won. That means he moving forward. That is done and dusted. And now we go to the game of Mr. Vidit Gujrathi, who has played the best move, king to G8. He's clearly ruling the board right now, pawn up, better position. It's Magnus. Why don't we exchange queens here? In this position, we don't exchange queens because that will simplify the position. It's much easier to defend when you have rooks and knights on the board. The queens lend a possibility of attacking the king. Let's imagine I play F4 at the right time. The king opens up and then the queen will be an asset. So I really don't want to trade queens. If queens are traded off, then most likely this should be a draw actually. It's more draw than win. Right now it's more win than draw. You will see the engine valuation gradually go up and up and up every move. Yo Yashit bhai, I am online after 6 months. I've been here for 3 days, but it's been 6 months, but I'm back at least for a year and hopefully forever. Let's see. Your thoughts on 70 genders? I have no problem with as many genders as possible, but I do think it will lead to confusion. अगर हमें form भरना है कहीं पे your gender, I'm applying to a job, I'm filling up a health form, वहाँ पे 70 gender होंगे तो सामने वाले बंदे को पता कैसे लगेगा कि मैं कौन सा बंदा हूँ भाई? तो it will lead to confusion. So if avoidable, it is probably better. How do I wire money to you? भाई ये पैसा किस लिए भेज रहे हो भाई? मैंने कोई ड्रग्स नहीं लिया आपसे. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया भाई. Tikku, how strong was Emery Tate? He was pretty strong, man. Pretty strong. Gukesh has been a draw by. So many genders, yet I am nobody's type. Pragg plus 2.5, really? क्या बात कर रहे हो तुम? He blundered. अरे बाप रे, ब्लंडर कर दिया है ओपोनेंट ने. Dude, have a look at this. So Pragg is winning on the spot. 40th move पे ब्लंडर. 40th move पे ब्लंडर मारा है डेविड नवारा ने, and Pragg is going to win this game. Let's see how. We saw knight c4, rook to d8, putting pressure here, fixing the Pragg king, and now comes rook h2, knight g5. Here he should have played a move like, I don't know, rook somewhere, anywhere actually, just keeping solid. He played knight g5 on the 40th move, one move, last move before the time control. And now the problem is, the move is knight f takes e5, knight takes e5, and now comes rook f2 check. The king has to move, and if the king moves, then of course I pick up this knight and it's over. And if by chance you were to play something like, I don't know, knight somewhere to f3, let's say this knight to f3, now I play knight to d2, and you lose the knight anyway. So Pragg has won a pawn, and I think he will indeed win the game now. All he has to do is find this move, knight f takes e5. अरे जी 700, अरे बाप रे, बढ़िया तनिष भाई. 31 मेल 25 ये क्या है परसेंटेजेस भाई साहब. भाई मैंने जब सीबीएसई में पढ़ाई करी है, उन्होंने 2 जेंडर बोले थे भाई, तो मैं तो उस से चल रहा हूं भाई. जब अपडेट आएगी तो मुझे मैं आई विल अपडेट माई सेल्फ. गुकेश लॉस 1.2 येलो, रियली? लेट्स चेक. Oh, he did, but he's still India number 1. Still, if he wins tomorrow, he has to win tomorrow. If he draws tomorrow, he loses the India number 1 spot. By the way, chat, an update on all the games, all the results. Gukesh and SL have drawn. SL was much better at one point. Gukesh came back and drew the game. Nihal has drawn, very dull game. Tomorrow he will have the white pieces. Then Magnus has won. Hikaru has drawn. Divya has lost. Hampi Harika, I think, are still playing. And then we have Anish Giri, who has a drawn position. They're still fighting for some reason. Pragg is winning now. So Pragg is going to win his first game with the white pieces. Erigaisi Arjun has a very comfortable position where he can never lose and he can only win this game. But it's a game which is technically a draw. So we might see a long game. This might be the longest game today in the entire World Cup. And next we have Vidit Gujrathi, who's a pawn up and has a better position. His opponent blundered, slightly blundered on the 40th move, and now Vidit has to put his king here, and at some point either put the knight somewhere here once this is gone, or push f4, create this open king and attack the king. विशी का क्या डाउनफॉल है? इज अ पार्ट टाइम पे फुल टाइम डाउनफॉल? बिल्कुल हाँ नहीं. आई थिंक यू आर सेइंग इट इन सार्कास्टिक वे. ट्रू. मेरी अकाउंट जेड लॉस, कोई ना भाई, शी बी बैक टुमारो, कोई चक्कर नहीं है भाई. सीएल R3, अरे नहीं भाई एसएल नहीं यार, वो ही वांट्स टू विन आल्सो ना यार, वो भी तो जीतना चाहेगा भाई. ऑफ कोर्स, लाइक ही इज नॉट थिंकिंग अबाउट इंडिया हियर, ही वांट्स टू विन द मैच. He also wants to be a strong player. He wants to cross 2700. So उसके point of view से of course we are evil here कि हम उसको support करें गुकेश को. But we are looking at the perspective of the audience who has the best chance of qualifying to the candidates. So of course. टिक्कू भाई का सीक्रेट चैनल ओनली फैंस में है, चेस्ट असिस्ट. मत पूछो टिक्कू से. हाँ भाई. Your lips are pretty. अब कॉन्शियस हो गया, छुपाने पड़ेंगे. हरियाणी में आदित्य डिंगरा नहीं है क्या? हाँ, he's a new player. He gained ton of points recently. But I think वही बात है. He's also grown in age now. Like when I met him for the first time, it was way back when he was a kid. Now he's also grown. So I still don't see any chance of him becoming a professional. There is zero chance, man. Like that's the issue. So you really have to be a GM by 13, 14, 15 max to have any chance. Lips Riz. Oh my god. Anyways, going to the game of I think खुशी हो रही है just because video right है. ये बात तो है हरीद भाई. I have to agree with you. I don't know what's it about Vidit. When he's winning, no, I'm the happiest. Like about all the players. Even though Gukesh is on top, मैं बोल के रहा हूँ Gukesh is on top. Vidit wins, I'm the happiest. क्या चल क्या रहा है मेरा? अलग ही चल रहा है. But anyways, like I'm really happy when he's doing well. Okay, Arjun, by the way, still thinking. Pragg, has he played the move? Not yet. I think he has time, yeah. Luckily, 40th Nuta, so he's thinking. With his OG, I think for me, it's because he's an adult. Like, he's not like somebody who has 10 years down the line to figure it out. So, as an adult myself, I kind of found it really hard to improve because of the time constraints you have. So, I really hope he does well. आज कमरे का टूर कराओ भाई मेरे कमरे में ना so throughout my entire room there are these chits, for example these kind, I'll show you. ये chits है ना, ये वाली sticky pads, ये मेरे पूरे टेबल पे फैली हुई है. So I'm writing YouTube ideas, I'm writing down, so it's my entire table is full. You really have to search for the desk actually. I think it's for Vidit, he reached his pinnacle. I feel this. No, I would say he has roughly, I think he's 27, 28, right? I think he has roughly time till a couple of years, maybe 3 years max, where he has to kind of break that barrier. Like the max he reached was 2739, I think. So he has to break that barrier of 2750. If he doesn't do it in the next couple of years, it will become incredibly unlikely. So I'm really hoping he does. Just by a small notepad. It comes in the form of a notepad, but I like throwing away. Like I like the flexibility of an individual. पता नहीं, it just rhymes with me. आपके अलग-अलग गर्लफ्रेंड का नंबर है? नहीं रे भाई. एग्जाम के पहले चिच, dude कौन सा एग्जाम दे रहा हूँ मैं? तो कौन सा एग्जाम है मेरा? Levon was 2050 from the start also. It wasn't. Vidit has not broken that barrier even once. Once he breaks that, then you can talk about him coming back. You will not break it for the first time after 30. It's just not happening, man. Unfortunately, it's not happening after 30. Shaq crossed it late. But the competition was lower, man. Nowadays, there are so many people who are crossing. Gukesh is 17 and world number 9. पहले अलग था. पहले competition was easier. Now it's getting tougher and tougher every day. And sponsors limited है. So if you don't cross that barrier, and if let's say Vidit को Nihal ने cross कर लिया, सबने cross कर लिया, then how will he get good enough sponsors for that? मुझे लगता है कि चेस बूस्ट इंडिया में होने टाइम सागर समय का साथ मोस्ट वो दिखता था फर्स्ट रीच क्वार्टर फाइनल सी होने के टाइम सागर समय के साथ वो मोस्ट दिखता था. अच्छा ओके हाँ, बट थिंग इज यार आई डोंट नो, मतलब आई एम स्टिल होपिंग ही डज वेल. आई एम स्टिल होपिंग. फ्यूचर फैशन डिजाइनर बन गया है. आई नो भाई, ही रियलाइज की चेस में बंदियां है नहीं, सब फैशन डिजाइन में था, वहां पे बंदियां मिलेंगी मुझे. व्हाट डिड दिस गाय जस्ट प्ले h4? Okay, I am no GM, just saying, but h4 to me looks incredibly risky because now earlier it was the f3 square, now it's also the g4 square. And also f4 becomes stronger. So you did avoid knight g5, but it's basically a free hook now. I think Vidit is going to win this. Chicks in the room say I think chicks को ही checks निकालने चाहिए डेट पे आजकल. Do chess players get laid? I guess if you are pretty strong at a young age, you'll probably get laid a lot. But if you are some NM, probably not. Dude, I think he's winning. I think he's winning this game. I would be really disappointed as well as like shocked if he does not win this game. So going to the game of Arjun. Arjun अभी भी घुमा रहा है भाई. किसी प्ले बॉय ने किसी बंदी को इतना नहीं घुमाया होगा जितना अर्जुन घुमा रहा है इस गेम में, घुमाता रहेगा. I just hope he knows there are 50 moves only. कौन सी मूव पे खेला था? G3 was played. Why did he play G3 so quickly? I'm not so sure. He could have waited, right? Like he would have squeezed as much time as possible. So probably playing this very quickly was not the best. But anyways, 38th move, so he has time. Of course, he has f3 to play, but that would really weaken his king. So f3 के बाद it should be a draw, I think. You should not play f3. This should be like this pawn chain should remain like this. Still draw, but hoping. Gukesh had drawn by neither paid not laid. True, by that could be. I think a shirt 9 चाहिए. Chess players neither paid not laid. I think that sounds good. Going to the game of Vidit Gujrathi H4 हुआ है. Arjun still thinking. Pragg, by the way, has he played? Oh, Pragg is still thinking, man. Bhai, time कम है थोड़ा fast kill. I had hope with that he'll cross Vishy first, but when he had... I know, man. I really hope that too, man. Neither paid, get laid. ये क्या है भाई? क्या चेस प्लेयर पैसे कमा पा रहे हैं? नहीं भाई, unfortunately नहीं. You really have to be 2650. Praggnanandhaa in red hot form. Sounds hot. And he has played it. Praggnanandhaa has played the brilliant move knight takes e5 to basically have this blunder, to capitalize on this blunder, and now he's completely winning. The idea being after knight takes e5, rook f2 check, king moves, I pick up this knight and I have won a free pawn. And if you by chance play knight, let's say f3, then knight d2 and I win the game. Knight if I played, David Navara knows he has screwed up and he will resign soon. It's the fastest to get laid and the fastest you get paid. चेस स्ट्रीम करके बच्चों से सुपर चैट करवा रहे हैं भाई. मैंने नहीं किया भाई. एंड ऑनेस्टली मेरी जितनी सुपर चैट बड़ों से आई है भाई. तो आई एम नॉट गिल्टी ऑफ दैट भाई. Rook f2 check played by. Yes, let's go. When we saw Vidit start at Tata Steel last year, this was probably his peak form, but he blundered his way after halfway. The thing is, we stopped streaming, so probably he lost motivation. So I'm hoping we are back, so he will have that motivation. If you want to earn money from chess, you need to be famous. Dude, I'll tell you, yeah. So how much money people earn? So I knew of an IM who was earning equivalent to some, senior project manager or something in some, I don't know, IT firm or something, purely from coaching. And then they don't even pay taxes because it's all cash. So they would show that they are earning nothing and they would not even pay taxes. So uski wajah se they would earn a shit ton of money. But at the end, because coaching is accessible to everyone, anybody can do it. It's somehow not that respected also. And at least for me personally, it could never be my life's purpose, man. I mean, I have given coaching in the past, but it's not something I enjoy. भाई विदित का लगाओ रे. अरे क्या लगाऊं विदित का? सब लगाएंगे भाई. पहले प्रग का ब्लंडर देख ले. I hope नहीं, सागर भाई नहीं है भाई. सागर भाई नहीं है. Not some IM you know. And I'm sure most IMs do this. Yeah, they earn a lot of money, but it's still not. Yeah, Gautam also probably said this $100,000 in Bolata, but it's probably even more in India for some people because the population is higher, so more students. Yeah. Not Kushagar. Kushagar is a very good IM. Like I know him personally. If you learn from him, you'll probably be having a great coach. Not him. And I'm not saying the coaches are bad. I'm just saying it's quite accessible. And by the way, Chad, I think coaching, it's my perspective. I could be wrong. Chess coaching probably would not exist as a profession 5 years from now, considering where AI is right now. Anybody who's listening to this and is, into AI, please build a chess coach. Something which basically an AI which knows how to play chess, and if I talk to it, it can give me answers back. Once that is built up, I can play chess with an AI, it can give me feedback. I think it's already over for chess coaching, man. It's probably already over. And I think 9 out of 10 coaches would lose their job. At least that's my perspective. I know by C squared, right? C squared. Going to the game of Arjun now. Okay. ये रुक आँख. Have you seen those old movies जहाँ पे वो एक पेड़ के पीछे से छुपती है लड़की है ले ये पेड़ है. अरे पगली तुम कहाँ चली रहे. वैसे ही लग रहा है मुझे रुक की हालत भाई. रुक यहाँ क्वीन यहाँ, रुक यहाँ क्वीन यहाँ. भाई वही फीलिंग आ रही है मुझे यहाँ पे भाई. इस गेम में ये क्वीन बस रुक का पीछा करती रहेगी पूरी गेम में. यहाँ पे सिर्फ the ladki is the one interested, rook interested nahi hai. Going to the game of Vidit now. Oh, queen trade offered. So after h4, he played queen to b2, which is one of the good moves. And now queen to c3. Now the engine says queen takes c3, rook takes c3 is the best move. But after rook d1, rook e3, what's the plan? Is it knight d4 now? Is it really that good for black? Is it winning? If I get the king to e5, maybe it is, but I'm a bit skeptical of trading queen still. I still don't think it's winning with perfect play from white. So maybe queen b5 is another option, but white will keep chasing you, so you don't have that choice. AI can't teach you, but I tried. It has no clue about chess right now. How much ever free AI can get in chess? No, the thing is, in terms of learning from chess, just imagine this. Let's say you go to a coach, you tell him मुझे सीखना है. What will he do? He will look at your games one by one and find your mistakes. Instead, I take a PGN file of all the games you ever played, let's say 10,000 games, upload it to ChatGPT, let's say, and it gives me a detailed analysis of what is going wrong. Dude, that is 1000x better, and it's completely free or max $20, which I paid last month for ChatGPT 4. That's it. So for me at least, like, AI is the future. Like, chess coaches are going to be obsolete once you have that. I mean, I'll pay $20. I mean, I paid it for the first time this time. Jab wo ChatGPT 4 aaya, they have that. No, Sheena will be fine. You will still have coaches, but 9 out of 10 coaches will be out of a job when this happens. And I'll be surprised if Chesscom is not working on this. I'll be really surprised they're not working on this. So I think they would be working on building this. So if you're a chess coach, I would be a little bit worried for the, let's say, 5 years from now. 2 years from now, I would be really worried. So let's see what Black Vidit does here. Especially जो 25 से नीचे वाले course है ना, like IM less, IM से नीचे वाले, they should be really worried. For a month, I think ChatGPT 4 is $20 for a month. And I can imagine like $20, paying $20 for a month or $10 or whatever it is, because ChatGPT is rather extensive. I could totally pay for that if it's comprehensive. I don't need a coach. That's literally less than what a coach charges for an hour. So you're basically getting coaching for free. Srinath के पास तो जादू है भाई. He has some magic. Imagine Srinath plus Chess GPT. Oh भाई साहब. भाई deadly combo. भाई खत्म. Use Telegram bot. पता नहीं भाई वो क्या है. So going to the game of this again. Nothing much has happened since then. He's still wondering what to do. So going to Arjun's game, not much has happened. Pragg game, by the way, Rook, you have to check. Knight f3 played. I think he played this. Yeah, he played this. And now Knight d2. Yup, it's completely lost. Also, he has the extra central pawn, which is even better. And also, he has these pawns to attack. So I think he's completely winning this. Yes, top level coaches replace nahi honge. They will combine themselves with AI, so they will become stronger. And jo 2200 niche wale hain, they will be replaced completely out of a job. That's what will happen. No, ChatGPT 4 is not yet better because it doesn't understand chess. I tested this. It has no clue how chess works. It makes illegal moves. But once somebody sits down and trains it for chess, anybody I think who understands AI would probably do it. I don't know the technicality how to do it. But once it's done, and Chesscom would probably be working on it right now, at least if I know Chesscom even a little bit. So at some point, it will come out and then chess coaching is done. So Pragg is winning, going to the Gujarati game. Vidit blundered, really? I hope not. No, he did not. He played the best move. I think Injing is the best move. And now the question is it enough for a win or not? It is the best move, but is it enough to win this game? It has good chances. I would say it's 50% win, 50% draw, or 60% win for Vidit, and like maybe 70% win for Vidit and 30% draw. Like, it still has drawish chances though. Human touching coaching is Piyush bhai, trust me on this. You're in for a big shock, man. Once it's done, go to ChatGPT. You have not exploded little bit. Trust karo mere upar. I have exploded and I'm really scared by what I see. And I'm not even an expert. Jo experts hai, wo to, they must be like, licking their lips right now ki bhai kya future hai. Bro, film is coming on Surya Kauli Bengali. Really? That's awesome. Yeah, I saw this somewhere. Software engineers, yeah, many of them will be replaced, yeah. Basically, जहाँ पे company को 10 लोग hire करने थे, now they will hire like 3. That's the only difference, yeah. Not everybody will go out of a job, but many will. But Sam Altman खुद कह रहा है भाई, उसकी कंपनी है भाई, खुद कह रहा है कि नौकरी न जाने वाली तुम्हारी, भाई ध्यान रखो. Can you make a thumbnail in 2 seconds? ChatGPT is crazy. I'm still not sure if you can make it that fast. I think mid-journey you can make it, but it's still not there. You cannot make a thumbnail. You can make an image. It's still not good in making thumbnails, I think, but it will get there at some point. So ChatGPT or ChatGPT, Chat basically right now Vidit should win this. So our plan should be to get King F7, King F6, King E5. King is in the center. Then activate the knight. Ideally, we want to cramp white in a space. And then at some point, we want to play rook d2 or e3, push the pawn, or maybe try to, plonk the knight on f3 and create a mating net or something. By alone, this position will not win the game. We need one more advantage in the position. Innovation khatam nahi karegi. I think innovation will only go up, man. It will only go up, but for some people. For most people, it will go down. So if that makes sense. India में वैसी नौकरी नहीं है exactly. What Surya? I mean, Surya Ganguly is a pretty good player. And most chess players, especially who were really good earlier, like matlab top in the country and the world, they were really famous in their states because they were the only ones. So, for example, Padmini Roth was really famous in a state. I've heard that who was it? Praveen Thipse was really famous in his state. I have heard Sahil Tikko was really famous in his state. Just kidding, but you get the point. Are you still a London fan? Yes, bhai. Born and brought up playing the London. Nahi, bhai. I do love it though. He was Anand second also. True. Arjun slipped into 2600, but is it a draw already? I don't think so. It's a draw yet. He's still playing, man. He's not going to take a draw. He's playing this game out. He will not take a draw so quickly. This game सबसे लंबी चलेगी. Will last like hours and hours. Come on. I think Vidit's game is the most interesting one. Anish ki to draw hi hai. Let's remove this. Pragg is completely winning, so he will convert this. Arjun ki bahut lambi draw hai, so Vidit's is the most interesting one. Ki jahan pe like what will happen we don't know. Most likely medicine will advance but not lose jobs. We don't know, man. Surprised you're going to Germany instead of London. Maybe. I do consider Europe a beautiful place to live in. I have been there. बहुत सुंदर है, बहुत awesome है. लोग नहीं होते बहुत ज़्यादा. And I'm a patriot for sure. तभी तो मैं इतना support करता हूँ Indian players को. But in terms of living, I think Europe is probably the best place in the world. At least that's my perspective. I am using AI tools. Mid-Journey I've stopped using for now because I could not use it for YouTube because it's not that good yet. और उसमें सब्सक्रिप्शन लेना भी मुश्किल है. पता नहीं कार्ड हमेशा कार्ड सेट होते हैं Mid-Journey पे. कभी ले ही नहीं पाते. I'm not able to even buy Mid-Journey for some reason. I do use ChatGPT though. I actually think you put videos from streams from Nihal. He has more fan following. Nihal की फोटो ज़्यादा सुंदर है यार. निहाल की फोटो इज रियली गुड. इट रियली लुक्स इंप्रेसिव. वीडी की कोई अच्छी फोटो है नहीं मेरे पास. दैट्स द ओनली क्वेश्चन. आई नो पवन भाई, बट व्हाट कैन यू डू? लाइक माय पॉइंट इज you can live in some other place, but you can still support the country. That's my perspective. I think people say कि कभी बाहर जाता है तो वो देशद्रोही है. That's not the case. You can live in some other country and you can still love your country. For example, Carlsen है. Carlsen stayed in Europe, traveled through countries from the age of 12 to 14. And chess का hub Europe है. So as a chess player, if you want to play chess, Europe is the best place to be anyway. टिक्कू रैंडमली कॉलिंग वीडी अगली. नहीं भाई, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. वीडी वाज ऑलवेज इन सेंटर, बट निहाल ने एक बहुत बढ़िया फोटो खिंचवाई तो हमने कहा सेंटर में डालते हैं भाई. चांसेस ऑफ वीडी विनिंग. देखो चैट, यहाँ पे एक्स्ट्रा पॉन है, सम स्पेस है, सो आई वुड से 50-60% चांस ऑफ वीडी विनिंग एंड 40% ड्रॉ. वीडी कैन नॉट लूज दिस, दैट्स द गुड चांस. एंड सेम फॉर अर्जुन, ही कैन नॉट लूज दिस ईदर. सो दे आर इन वेरी गुड सिचुएशंस वेयर दे आर प्लेइंग रिस्क फ्री विद 2 रिजल्ट्स पॉसिबल. सो दे विल प्ले वेरी लॉन्ग गेम्स. एंड अर्जुन की तो बहुत ही लंबी होने वाली है. It will last till tomorrow. Pragg, I think, will finish quickly though. Pragg's game will not last that long. Vidit, I'm not so sure. We'll have to see. जान दे देंगे वीडी भाई के लिए. क्या बात कर रहे हैं आप? ओह, अंशुल भाई तो पूरा जान देने को तैयार है भाई. अल्लाह से मेरे बारे में बोल रहे थे. करंट माहौल देखकर नो ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है यार. मतलब इंडिया में अगर मुझे मान लो कि मेरा चैनल टचवुड ऐसा चल जाए बट नहीं चला तो आई वुड हैव टू प्रिपेयर फॉर एन MBA फॉर लिटरली मतलब फॉर 6 months देन डू MBA फॉर 2 years. जर्मनी में 1 साल का कोर्स है एंड डजंट रिक्वायर एनी प्रिपरेशन. सो व्हिच वन वुड आई चूज? आई मीन इट्स नॉट इवन अबाउट द कंट्री एनीमोर एंड कॉस्ट इज सेम. यूएसए में यार तुमने MBA का कॉस्ट गूगल करो तुम्हें पता लग जाएगा. You will understand what I'm talking about. And USA का वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस है नहीं यार. I love working hard, but ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि भाई एक मेडिकल बिल आ जाए और भाई वहां पे एम्बुलेंस बुलाने के पता नहीं कितने लाखों लग जाते हैं भाई कई बार. जर्मनी में ही जॉब मिल जाएगी भाई. देखते हैं अभी क्या होगा, अभी तो कुछ पता नहीं यार. You don't know where we'll be 1 year from now. जर्मन हाँ, बट लैंग्वेज सीधा कोई इशू नहीं है यार. लगता है वीडियो का कलर गेम उसको शायद आप फुल जाने में हेल्प करे. 1000 एम्बुलेंस बनाने का एग्जैक्टली अंशुल भाई एग्जैक्ट अमाउंट बता रहे $1000 लगते हैं पेनल्टी एम्बुलेंस बनाने के लिए यूएस में. सो अब तुम खुद देख लो भाई. आई हर्ड ऑफ अ स्टोरी फ्रॉम समबडी कि यूएस में किसी का कोई ऑपरेशन था अपेंडिक्स का समथिंग एंड शी वाज ऑन अ वर्क कॉल 2 hours before the operation and 2 hours after the operation or something. I'm like, भाई चल क्या रहा है? True Prime भाई, true. You are Dhul 2.0 from both from Haryana. Gujrathi from Haryana? क्या बात कर रहे हो? भाई तो कोलैब कहाँ है मेरा भाई? भाई बढ़िया भाई, गुजराती को वहां जाकर ढूंढेंगे भाई. ढूंढता हूं मैं ध्रुव को ढूंढता हूं मैं हर कहीं जर्मनी की सिटी में है कहीं. इसे कोलैब मुझे मिला नहीं, वो ध्रुव राठी है कहाँ? यही करना पड़ेगा मुझे वहां जाके. कम ऑन भाई विदित थोड़ा फास्ट. अपडेट्स ये है, निहाल हैज ड्रॉन चैट, अनीश हैज ड्रॉन, कार्लसन हैज वन, एसएल and Gukesh have drawn, and Pragg is winning. Vidi is slightly better, much better actually, and Arjun is also practically better. BFS सुना है मैंने. जो अच्छे कथक भी सीख लेना. कथक आता है रियली? आई डिड नॉट नो दिस. यू कैन फाइंड ध्रुव ऑन. अबे यार रायट्स रुक गए क्या? पता नहीं यार, मैं न्यूज देखे ही नहीं और विंडो के बाहर भी नहीं देखा मैंने. निहाल बुलेट खेल रहा है लीचेस में. क्या बात कर रहे हो तुम? कुछ भी ऐसा होगा तो आई विल बी शॉक्ड मैन. मैं देखता हूं भाई, रुको. क्या बात कर रहे हो तुम? कुछ भी. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I don't think so. Wait. Let me check. Dude, Nihal was playing bullet on leeches. भाई क्या बंदा है? He was playing bullet with against penguins. अबे यार क्या बंदा है भाई? 13 minutes ago. भाई अलग ही बंदा. Hikaru and Nihal have that X factor, man. These guys don't give a shit कौन सा टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है, क्या चल रहा है. Hikaru चेस कॉम पे और निहाल लीचेस पे. They will keep playing. भाई पेंगुइन जेड के साथ ही इज लाइक भाई वर्ल्ड कप बाद में खेलेंगे, पहले बुलेट खेलने का मुझे. भाई अलग लेवल भाई ओपोनेंट की इतनी इंसल्ट है ना. ओपोनेंट कह रहा होगा यार मैं क्या तैयारी करूं निहाल के लिए, कौन सी ओपनिंग खेलेगा यार, मेरी सारी गेमें देख रहा होगा वो, यार कुछ बता क्या खेलूं यार, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है भाई, हारने वाला मैं कल. भाई तेरा ओपोनेंट हाँ क्या कर रहा है वो, भाई वो बुलेट खेल रहा है लीचेस पे. भाई इमेजिन द इंसल्ट भाई साहब. गजब आदमी है भाई. एंड्रू टैंक है भाई पेंगुइन जो है. निहाल का थंबनेल क्यों लगाया? ट्रू मोस्ट निहाल थिंग. या हिकारू निहाल the only ones who can do this. Vidit is playing slow. I think what he's trying to do is come up with a plan. यहाँ पे white basically has no moves, right? So white can't do much. He can't move this knight because I will put the knight on f3 and I will get a mating net. So white basically can do nothing in this position. So Vidit has to be the one to see कि where do I put the king, where do I put the knight, where do I put the rook, and where do I put the pawns. He has to come up with the plan to win this game. White has no moves whatsoever. भाई छोड़ दो कहानियों को भाई. शायद भाई अभी 1200 हो ना, 6 महीने से ऊपर नहीं बढ़ रहा. उज्जवल भाई check out the learner system course. By I'm telling you that course alone will gain somebody 300 points in 1 month, guaranteed. क्योंकि if you're not, and start playing the London if you don't want to become a GM. That sounds paradoxical, but if your aim is not to become a GM, that's not the ultimate goal. Aim है सिर्फ अच्छा player बनना, then London is the best buy. It will be interesting if he repeated आज की opening in Bullet games. That's true. And पता है ऊपर से he started playing Bullet. Now his opponent will have to prepare for all those games. उसका opponent अब रात को बैठ के निहाल की Bullet game देखेगा, भाई क्या खेला इसने इसमें. कितनी बेइज्जती होगी यार. Play Vienna by Levy's course for sure, man. I think Levy का कोई कोर्स कभी लोगे भी ना तो नए वालों में से लेना. पुराने वाले इसने तब बनाए थे 2020 में. They will not be that good. 2000 से ऊपर नहीं जा पा रहा. 1 साल हो गया. Again, London course भाई. Always the best course on the planet भाई. I cannot tell you कितना बढ़िया कोर्स है. I love how Hansen even has been humbled so bad. He has reached 2660 now and nobody should talk about him. Yeah, the thing is, the faster you become famous, the less likely you are to stay famous. ये trend ना, the faster it goes up, the faster it comes down. ये बहुत common है. It's very common in terms of popularity, trends, anything. So कभी famous हो तो भाई धीरे धीरे famous हो. ये कोर्स है भाई, do check out. English में है भाई. 800 से 1200 बढ़ गया लड़ने खेल के. Exactly, देखो भाई. What is best move? So I think how I will play it is, first, I think king f7. Unless knight d4, he can play first, also an option just to have that threat of knight f3 check. But I think king f7 here, bring the king to e5. And then you try to reroute the knight. First to g4, then to f3, then to d3. You keep, taunting white. इधर है मैं, इधर. ऐसे रहे taunt करते रहे जब तक कोई mistake करे. It's like shocks. Why would by Levy's course on strong player? It's just because he popular. It's not that. The thing is, depends on the person buying the course, right? If let's say कि I am Baiso Fide, ठीक है? And if I buy Anish Giri's course, even if the course is horrible, I will still learn a lot, right? So the rating difference अगर होता है बहुत ज़्यादा, so even if course is not that good, you will still learn a shit ton of. I have bought courses, by the way, of a lot of players. Vidit का भी मैंने Carlsen course दोनों लिए हुए हैं. पहले 2018 में लिए थे मैंने. Chess Base India से ही लिए थे. I have bought so many courses in my lifetime and I have never learned openings better than in courses. They are always the best because books are too much and videos are not enough. Vidit's opponent played London system. कुछ भी. Yeah, Hikaru plays that. Of course. Exactly. If you will take course, you will surely learn a lot. I have learned. Okay, let me check out other games. देखो, Arjun by the way is still dancing around. Not much has changed. हाँ, देखो उसको यही चाहिए. Gives a check. अब यहाँ पे king यहाँ था, it will be mate. So he goes to g8 and now rook here. So the king is cut off on the back line. That's good news. But the problem is you can't really advance anymore. There is no way to improve your position further. Wouldn't AI replace these courses too? It will. It definitely will. But that's many years away because पहले उसको chess सीखना है. And then it has to make courses. So it will definitely replace these courses at some point. Maybe 2 years, 3 years for sure. एक टाइल ट्यूजडे खेलो ना, मुझे लर्निज्म खेलते हुए देखना है. भाई खेलूंगा at some point, पक्का है promise. At some point I'll play. फिलहाल तो वर्ल्ड का इस महीने तो पूरा निकल ही जाएगा. उसके बाद देखते हैं. London Queen's Gambit depends. Again, if you want to improve your game, London. If I want to become a GM, I would choose Queen's Gambit. Gukesh, no, he will not come down by. I think his popularity will go like Andrew Tate. He stays popular. Result update: Nihal draw, Gukesh draw, SL draw, Divya lose, and that's it. Pragg winning right now. Thank you, Ahan bhai. 29 के तो हो गए आज यार. चलो एक माइलस्टोन हमने दोबारा टच किया. 29,020 subs हो गए. चलो बढ़िया. Hopefully we will not go below 29 के again. In video game, h4 by opponent is just to prevent knight g5. No, I understand that, but you prevent knight g5, but is it really stopping me from getting to f3? I don't think so. The problem is that I can still come to f3 via other means. And you can see he's going, yeah, he's already played knight c5, so knight d3 is a threat now. So king g2, unpinning this knight, now knight d3 is no longer that good. And now king f7, he's going for my plan. I am d5 player with white, d4 player. Dude, just think about this. If you लेट्स से कि तुम एक ही पंच प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो. आई थिंक ब्रूस ली ने कहा था ना, आई फियर द गाय हु हैज प्रैक्टिस वन पंच 1,000 times. You only play one setup. It's very common. Everybody knows about it. Everybody makes fun of it. So that means nobody's putting that much effort into learning it. So once I am playing the London, I will always have an edge in the opening. चाहे कोई भी सामने बैठा हो. Like if I am playing against Carlsen, ठीक है, I will lose with the London, of course. But it will be much more difficult to beat me in the London than any other opening. Because I know it well. Simple है. टॉप 10 भाई, टाइटल ट्यूसडे में टॉप 10 तो ये निहाल विहाल भी कई बार नहीं आते यार, इतना आसान नहीं है. हिकी इज ऑलरेडी ड्रॉन भाई, वो हिकी लेने गया. सो फिलहाल के लिए आई थिंक दिस लुक्स गुड फॉर विदित. 12 मिनट है, सो यू शुड कीप एन आई ऑन द क्लॉक. वी हैव ऑलरेडी, बाय द वे, दे हैव ऑलरेडी पास्ड टाइम कंट्रोल, सो आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनी मोर टाइम फॉर देम. नो मोर टाइम फॉर देम, सो ही रियली नीड्स टू टेक केयर ऑफ दैट. Unusually blunt. By that game was a draw a million moves earlier. That is literally impossible. Yep, they've already drawn. I knew that, man. लंदन में 2-3 वेरिएशन है नहीं. कोर्स में तो सारी वेरिएशन कवर्ड है भाई, और देयर आर मल्टीपल वेरिएशंस फॉर ब्लैक टू प्ले. देयर इज वन सेटअप विद बिशप d6, देयर इज वन विद बिशप e7, देयर इज वन विद c5 knight c6 एंड rook e8. There's one with knight c6, knight bd, sorry, c5, knight bd7, queen c7. There is one with, g6 भी खेलते हैं कई लोग स्टार्टिंग में. There's one with one knight f6 खेलते हैं. There's one with e6, like c5, b6 करके खेलते हैं. बहुत सारे हैं यार. अरे टाइम ऐड होगा ना, अब नहीं होगा. 40 मूव हो चुके हैं भाई. 40 moves have passed. प्रैक्टिकल प्लेयर आप. Exactly, dude. देखो, the thing is, when I was playing professional chess, I was playing all the openings, but now I don't play it, so I prefer the London. Why not? मंगेश का गेम he's already won by, he's already won. जस्ट जॉइन. क्या सीन चल रहा है? अरे भाई, पूनम पांडे ने कपड़े पहन लिए हैं और विदित गेम खेल रहा है अभी. विवेक बराई. अरे भाई, विवेक बराई क्या है भाई? विवेक कहां है? विवेक देसाई भी चाहिए अभी साथ में. लाइफ प्लस वीडी विनिंग, फुल बायस कमेंट्री. Dude, always biased by, always. Never gonna keep you up. Never gonna be unbiased for sure. Pragg, by the way, was winning. Let's have a look what's happening in the Pragg game. We saw it till knight d2. He's already won a pawn. Rook g8, knight takes, knight rook takes. Now all rook endgames are drawn, but this is not one of them, unfortunately, because ये दोनों pawn exchange होंगे. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 1, 2, 3, 4, and this pawn is isolated. The king will sit on d4 or c4. He'll push the pawn on b3. All these pawns will be defended, and these pawns will be weak, and the king will at some point even go to b5, c6. So it's not like a simple win, but with Pragg's level of skill, he can even save this pawn actually with king f3 and not even allow the rook to come in, play rook h3. Regardless, he should win this game. So going back to the game of Arjun once, it's pretty much the same, still nothing has changed. And going back to Vidit's game. Do you find Frank funny? I think I personally have not found his content entertaining. I might be different. It's not because, I think it's because I don't know why. I don't find it entertaining. Maybe I'm just wrong here. Like, he has done well, so maybe it's because he's entertaining, or maybe it's because Levy's giving me shout outs continuously. God knows what's the real reason, but I mean, of course, it's okay. Why man is not able to win World Cup despite being higher rated? Because World Cup format ही ऐसा है यार. You don't have to play really well. If you're playing a league tournament, you screw up on one day, you lose one game, you get a chance to come back. World Cup में you never get a chance to come back. अरे सुमित गौरव भाई, थैंक्स फॉर सपोर्ट भाई. भाई आप बहुत प्यारे इंसान हो भाई. ये चीज मेरी एक्स गर्लफ्रेंड क्यों नहीं कहती थी यार? चक्कर क्या है? चैट स्ट्रीम में तो सब बोलते हैं भाई. थैंक्स अ लॉट यार. लव द सपोर्ट भाई. फ्रैंक के ब्लंडर को बस लेवी अच्छे से बेचता है, ब्लंडर सबके होते हैं. नो, आई थिंक फ्रैंक एंड लेवी नो ईच अदर फ्रॉम बिफोर. देयर इज नो वे ही प्रमोट्स फ्रैंक दैट मच. लाइक लुक एट द पॉकचैंक्स पीपल, एवरीबॉडी प्लेइंग देयर. Everybody else has a huge, अबे XQC खेल रहा है भाई, और सेम प्लेटफॉर्म पे फ्रैंक खेल रहा है. It's not comparable. No, I hope he does well भाई. Usually what I do is when somebody does well, I analyze the channel कि what is going well for them, and if I cannot figure it out, then I'm like यार ये क्यों चल रहा है, मेरे को समझ नहीं आ रहा है. Then I get frustrated. Good stream, only 250 watching. Dude, 250 बहुत ज्यादा है. I am streaming after 6 months. मेरे को honestly मैंने मनु गुर्तू को मैसेज किया था 25 वॉचिंग होगी. और पहले ही दिन 350 टच करी, तो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी भाई, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी. इतनी वॉचिंग भी रहेगी परमानेंट, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विद दैट. चैट चल रही है, दैट्स मोर इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि YouTube रेकमेंड करना चाहिए ना. इफ YouTube डजंट शो इट टू यू ऑन द फ्रंट पेज, नोबडी विल क्लिक ऑन इट. बाय द वे, कम ऑन VD, थोड़ा फास्ट. Oh, he played 96. Okay. I think he's headed to D4 now, and D4 is a very good square for the knight. Do you miss playing tournaments? नहीं भाई, as your username suggests, for most people it's just a waste of time. ये तो टिक्कू के प्रति प्यार है माना. Thanks भाई. Algorithm का भी प्यार है भाई. Somehow. Why are all tournaments knockouts would be so much more interesting? Because they take up a lot of time. So you need to have knockouts every round, for example. So it takes up a lot more days than a league would take. Pehle average would be 400, 500, and then if you had like a world blitz or some important like Norway chess, तो फिर 1000 भी जाती थी. So it's only half, which is pretty good if you have not put any content for 6 months. Dude, 6 months is, it's like channel dead time, literally. Like, if you don't post for a month, unless you're Mr. Beats, that's literally risking your entire channel. I'm not even making this up. So 6 months is crazy. 5.5 फायदा नहीं. अरे आज भी हमने 6.5 किया था, वो सारी गेम चल रही थी. 5.5 is too early, I think. अरे भाई, अब YouTube वापस आ गया ना. अक्षय जोरी भाई आ गए ना. We are back भाई, we are back. अब मैं 2 चैनल मैनेज कर रहा हूं और तीसरा भी स्टार्ट करने वाला भाई. हर एक पे स्ट्रीम, एक पे शॉर्ट्स, एक पे वीडियो. Mr. C said he's coming for T series. I mean, his choice. Everybody has their own fetishes. Bhai, if he has a thing for T series and that's what gets him horny, so be it. You are having special fan base. अरे thank you John. We are. Chat में तुम नहीं होगे तो यार फिर chat will be 100% male. So thank you for being there. And Anisha and 4-5 more girls in the chat. Thank you for being there. We will support you. उसके से मेरा YouTube का जो gender ratio है, it's not 100% male. भाई न्यू चैनल मिस्टर बी से लोग. Dude, the thing is, नए चैनल ग्रो करना आसान है पुराने चैनल से. Make the players play 4 classical games a day in knockout. वो टूर्नामेंट के एंड तक हॉस्पिटल में हो जाती. Good to see you back, sir. Follow women's game also. Dude, I will. The thing is, पता क्या है? Women's game हम क्यों कम follow करते हैं? Even if you see सागर भाई और everybody will follow them less, purely because thing is, जो hype Vidit, Carlsen, Hikaru, Nihal, Pragg, Gukesh ये सब generate करते हैं ना, Arjun, it's simply not the same purely based on ratings, man. There is no bias for any commentator. It's just the ratings. And if let's say Humpy wins the World Cup, it's like they will not get the same of level. I hope they did. I really hope they did. But वो मिलता ही नहीं है यार. And YouTube, it's, for example, if I name the stream Humpy, Harika, and all the few players in action instead of Vidit, YouTube will not recommend it. It's just how it works, man. It's just the world we live in. Guess करो move. भाई रुको भाई, तुमसे guess. श्रीनिवास दरगत जी, guess करो भाई move black के लिए. करो भाई. भाई guess करना चाहिए कभी कभी भाई, जरूरी भाई, तभी कुछ सीखोगे भी भाई. I know Vishan 0.8 points. I'm really hoping Gukesh stays number 1 bhai. They don't have that juice. This is the moment when you have to stop yourself from getting cancelled, but so I will stop myself. They should all start playing in men's section. There is no better tactic to have a female player who becomes open world champion than to never play in the women's category. Never. Play in the open section from the start, and then that player will be the one to become open world champion. The only reason I feel you don't see a women world champion in the open section is because they always play in the women's section, because it's a bit easier. You never have that drive to push yourself. It's a simple psychology. If I get my salary for working half the effort, why would I put in full in the effort? It's basically that. Pragg has not won yet. He's still fighting. Check King G5. Oh, King G5. Wow. I really thought King G7 was the only way. King G5 is incredibly risky because you can't really take this pawn, because I could totally play Rook F1. You still can't take this pawn. So Because rook f1, king g4, rook g1 wins the rook. So I'm still not sure about king g5. I think the idea is to take this pawn and create counterplay. So instead of passively defending, you try to actively defend. But I still don't think it will work because I can play rook f1 and next I will play rook here. And if you take, I take. So you can't really take this pawn. And I could totally play king f3, king g3 and then your king on g5 is stupid. Judith Polgar, she did that. Judith Polgar followed that exact principle. Like imagine having a parent जिनके तीनों बच्चे इतने strong player बने. So clearly it's less about your talent and more about your practice. If SL beats Gukesh tomorrow, Vishy becomes Indian woman. Anand sir be like, बच गया. नहीं यार ये तो है. I don't think so, but let's see. लड़की बचाओ, लड़की पढ़ाओ, ओपन में खिलाओ. करना पड़ेगा भाई, करना पड़ेगा. हिकारू का दिखाना भाई. हिकारू का घर चला गया भाई. हिकारू का उठ के घर चला गया भाई. वो गेम ड्रॉ हो गई भाई. Nihal has already drawn chat, so going to Arjun's game. क्या चल रहा है भाई? उसने घोड़ा हटा के भाई हाथी रख दिया G5 पे. एक एक करके सारे पीस G5 जा रहे हैं भाई. मजे ले रहा है. I love this position for Arjun because he can dance around. He can literally do anything he wants, and black can't do shit. Chuchel का मैच देखना है. भाई साहब कहां से निकालते हैं भाई ये सब लोग फंड्स भाई. कहां से? I Gukesh not get distracted with this India number one Hava. I don't think so, man. I think Gukesh is somebody who faltered in the Olympiad. If he can get over that, I think ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है, to be honest. That was really tragic. Like he must have surely felt a lot of pressure after that, right? Women has the same price of women's, same as men's. Why should they? Because women may you do watch Serena Williams, right? Serena Williams has almost, I would say, 70-60% of the pull that Roger Federer has. So they can compensate the slight difference with the money. But chess mein, there's a clear rating system. Men and women play in the same rating system, right? If you separate them, then that would happen. But if they are playing in the same rating system, you can directly compare both the players with the number in hand. If you combine the ranking list of open and women's section, like in tennis, then I'm pretty sure that would not be the case. So going to the game of, no, I don't think men have a better brain than women. It's just that they just play in the women's section and the competition is less. The lower the competition, the less the chances you reach on top. And of course, by chess is a male-dominated sport. 100 में से 99 लोग मर्द होते तो भाई of course higher chance ही कोई top पे पहुंचेगा. That's pretty obvious, I think. So going to the game of Vidit again, क्या चल रहा है भाई? Let's have a look. So king f7, knight e6 we saw. Rook e3 again saving the knight. The knight cannot move as we said because then knight will come to f3. It has to stay on e1 and now rook to d2 putting pressure here. He plays king f1 and now VD is thinking, honestly यहाँ पे knight d4 looks logical. Then you bring the king up and at some point maybe f4 once the king is here. It would really break the white pawn structure into two, h4 and f2, and then you can really take advantage of it. How did you analyze Karthik? Even Hikaru's channel praises him. How did you analyze? ये समझ नहीं आया भाई. How did you मतलब? Yep, she lost to 200 ranked male player, exactly. Are you the only NM in India? I guess so, but it's hard to know for sure. वीडी का कल वाला मैच ही शुरू हुआ. हाँ भाई, वीडी का कल वाला मैच ही चल रहा है एंड मैं अभी तक भूखा ही हूँ भाई. About to faint. I fainted 5 times in the past 24 hours. And knight d4, you can see the exclamation mark. Opponent के लिए भाई bad news. Come on, let's go buddy. एक और है ना वो PM बन. अबे यार. He was shocked in his own words. No, I'm really happy. Now the thing is, now that he's played so well, Karthik has that momentum. He should not lose it. He should play strong tournaments. Make sure he's challenging himself every single game, because if he goes back plays a national championship, plays some 1300-1400, accidentally somebody draws, he will lose all of that and yeah, it's back. Hikaru कभी खोलेगा उसका ratings.fide, देखेगा कैसा खेल रहा है, 2 महीने बाद देखेगा सारा draw हो गया 1800 से, back to normal. I think he has to use that. If you don't use that momentum, it's completely useless. Vishy might play, who knows, maybe he's motivated, but I don't think he will play now. I don't think so, because he's busy with other things. He's not practicing every day, I think. म्यूजिक चेंज करो, कर देंगे भाई. क्या लगा है भाई? कुछ रोमांटिक लगा है क्या? कोई बोल रहा था कार्तिक भी एमबीए कर रहा है सही में. भाई साहब एमबीए करते करते कालू को हरा दिया, फिर तो एमबीए करना पड़ेगा रे. Carlsen won. Okay, 9 minutes for Bluebaum, Matthias, 8 for Vidit. They have already gotten the extra time, so no more time for them. पूरा टाइम प्रेशर आने वाला है. And White is struggling right now. He's really under pressure. For example, chat, what would you play as White? Chat, what would you play? Let's say you're White to play. What do you play in this position? There does not seem to be any clearly good move for White. What do you play? What is your move, chat? We're getting more brand deals now. True. जाऊंगा भाई, कभी आगे जाऊंगा आउट ट्रॉफी देखते हैं. ममता वाला गाना लगाओ. H5, that's very risky because of King F6 and King G F6. ये कोई भाई यूएस के King F6 King G5 भाई, ये पॉन फ्री का मरेगा. जैसे King G2 बहुत लोग कह रहे हैं. King G2. Now you see the king is kind of, you know, it's just moving from F1 G1 even, कुछ कर नहीं रहा है. Now I can play King F6. Let's say King F1. Now I play, let's say, I don't know, if I G5 immediately or play H5, whatever it is. Slowly but surely I will keep gaining space. And White is just sitting around. So White के पास एक भी move नहीं है, which is improving its position a little bit. So he has to just sit idle, which is very difficult. Flip the board भाई, मैं अभी यार डर गया. हाँ भाई, flipping the board. Would you still go to Germany if your new channel blows up? That's a difficult question. Depends on how much it blows up, right? उस पर depend करता है. So it was enough for me to delay it by 1 year. So वो I think I would have more information next year. So let's see how it goes. Time भी नहीं है, exactly. Time भी चक्कर है, so he doesn't have all time in the world. At some point he'll panic and push some pawn. I don't know which one he pushes, and he'll be lost. I did learn a little bit. He's just sticking around. His players at the level are likely to make mistakes. Exactly. Especially with the stakes, yeah. मतलब you don't have many games. Resign कर दे भाई, चेहरा टाइमलेस नहीं देखना. Exactly, super भी भाई, exactly. My dream, a man can dream. My dream is to not stream Timex. That is my dream. आज भी 9 बज गया, आज भी लंबा खिंच गया वैसे तो, but still manageable. कितने 2.5 घंटे हुए ना, still manageable. चैनल रिवील नहीं हुआ, कितने सेकंड का इंक्रीमेंट है? I think it's 30 seconds. But the thing is, increment is usually not enough to avoid blunders. I am 95 years old. Can I still become NM? नहीं भाई, 94 की लिमिट थी, उसके बाद मुश्किल है भाई. Results है निहाल ड्रॉ, अनीश ड्रॉ, कार्लसन विन, हिकारू ड्रॉ, SL गुकेश ड्रॉ, and now it's Pragg winning, VD much better, and Arjun has drawn, chat. Wow, I thought it will go longer and longer, but Arjun has apparently given up. Makes sense. He was probably tired. Did not want to waste more time. He could not find a winning plan because it doesn't exist, and he agreed to a draw. So Arjun has drawn. So that means tomorrow's game, where Arjun will be the black, with the black pieces, will be a knockout game. So a lot of pressure on Arjun tomorrow. Hopefully he can succeed. That is one more result for us. Now Pragg and Vidit still playing. Pragg की position कहाँ पहुँची? Rook F7, C5, Rook B7, King takes G4, Rook takes B6, H5, Rook takes E6. This will not work because Pragg will have so many pawns. Even if Black were to somehow reach H2, he will sacrifice the Rook for the pawn and still win the game. Itne pawn hai. I think it's time to simply, yeah, he plays H4. It's time to put the Rook on H6 and just push the pawns. You will have, by the time the pawn reaches here, you would have like 2 pawns on D6 and E6, and they will be stronger than the Rook, and Pragg is going to win in the next, I would say 3 to 4 moves. It should be winning for Pragg. That is pretty much over. I think the only game up for debate right now is Vidit's game. Can he convert this or not? Will Pragg cross Hari today? Arey, wow. अरे हाँ, Pragg is going to cross Hari today. So one more update. So Pragg will become India number 4. That is crazy. Pragg will indeed become India number 4. Just to refresh, I think Arjun must have... No, he's still of 2700. He's still of 2700. That's good news. And Pragg will cross Hari Krishna today, chat. That's news. And Vidit hopefully will become India number 20, world number 23. Fide's game is the only one going on now, chat. Only game, important game. सामने वाला जर्मनी से इंडिया टिक्को कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो गया है. नहीं भाई. Time of Hari Krishna coming to an end. Dude, I have not seen Hari Krishna play in any important tournament for a while now. Time खत्म कहाँ से होगा? अब देखा ही नहीं खेलते हुए. Like, I would love to see him play, but I think he's moved on to other things. He's playing local club tournaments and so on. He's not playing important tournaments. So, time खत्म तब होगा ना जब start हुआ. मैं देखा ही नहीं खेलते हुए कोविड के टाइम पे से. He played one Olympiad and वो भी he was in Europe. I have not seen him play too much. I mean, I have nothing against him. I've just not seen him play, which is a bit weird for me personally, because if he's so strong, he should play for the country. Is Anish Giri playing? Yes, he's playing. He's already drawn his game, I think. Come on. 7 minutes of VD, man. Oh, he played G4. I predicted this shit. I literally told you 4 move backs. He has to sit idle, which is very difficult to play. He will end up pushing one of these pawns and lose. And guess what he did? Dude, I can predict the future. I can literally predict the future. This is crazy. He played that move and now he's going to lose. And now the h4 pawn is going to be the problem, and that will lose him the game because the pawn will be lost for free at some point. No, I agree. His family is important. I get everything, man. I get everything. And Adiban also must be focusing on his family. But like I am a viewer, right? I am somebody who wants to see India do well. And if somebody is at 27-11, and he's not like old or anything, like you would love to see him play. Like I am cheering for him to do well, not for him to do worse. So it's disappointing that he's not playing. I think I have that right to be disappointed. Like I'm not targeting him or anything. And इसकी ये क्या है भाई? Tikku is an octopus for octopus कहाँ से आ गया? Come on, bhai, just don't take this pawn. We don't want the G pawn for the E pawn. That will not be a fair trade, I think. Although Engine says even this is fine, which is a bit of a shock to me after H5. This is apparently much better. But I would not risk this. I would just play King F6 and maintain this pawn on E4. I really love this pawn. Did he play the London? Oh, London खेला था. Oh, बढ़िया. Oh, he played FG4. Kya? Oh, he played FG4. My bad. He played FG4. I'm a bit surprised by this. He played FG4, Rook E4, and now H5. But I'm surprised by this a little bit. You are a romantic, have a strong passion, but everyone has their own personal hell. True, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Hari Krishna, of course, deserves the right to not play. But I would have loved to see him play. He gave up on chess after controversy with Samay. Dude, that is something which 90% of chess players felt when Samay came in. Anybody who had not made it to the top, you see people who are good friends with Samay. Kaun hai wo log? Tanya, Sagar, Anish, all these players who are really successful in their lives with it. But you will never see any IM who will be super friendly, like who would really love Samay from his score because they feel कि यार इसने पैसे कमा लिए हम नहीं कमा पाए. There's always that regret or that jealousy there, which is ridiculous because without Samay chess would be a fraction of what it is right now. London खेला है from Germany. ये तो टिक्कू भाई का favorite player लग रहा है. भाई नहीं भाई, विदित है भाई, विदित जीतना चाहिए भाई, विदित जीतना चाहिए, favorite player तो नहीं है. Exchanging knights, it might still win. Depends on whether I can get to h4 pawn. Can I win this pawn for free or not? Tikku नहीं, मैं कभी आया था नहीं. I was always समय पहले दिन जब आया था ना, the first time I saw Samay was when Pernali recommended it. I saw his stream. I knew immediately he'll be big. It was very obvious to me at least कि he'll be big. So because I've not been brought up in the chess fair. I did not play chess as a kid, so I've had a normal life, so to speak. So any normal person could have seen it immediately. Improving chess को भी miss कर रहे भाई. Improving chess कम थी और टिक्कू hit समय. अरे भाई clickbait title नहीं करना भाई. नहीं. क्लिकबेट मैंने एक बार किया था भाई. समय वाज प्लेइंग दैट टाटा स्टील टूर्नामेंट ब्लिट्स और समथिंग, और उसकी गेम ऑनलाइन भी नहीं थी, और मैंने टाइटल डाला एनालाइजिंग समय फर्स्ट फिडे रिलेटेड टूर्नामेंट. समय ने कॉल ही कर दिया था भाई, अबे टिक्कू क्या कर रहा है भाई, ये एनालाइजिंग समय इस गेम. मैंने कहा भाई इसके बाद कभी क्लिकबेट टाइटल नहीं डालना भाई. Rookie 5, then I think G6, and the question is कि यार double pawn करने का I'm not so happy about that. It all depends on whether I get this pawn. If I can play G6, F6, Knight F5, grab this pawn, it should be winning. But I'm hoping कि Knight G2 will not just defend it. That's what I'm worried about. कश्मीरी पंडित करेक्ट. हाँ भाई, हमारे एंसेस्टर्स साथ में ही भागे थे भाई, सेम ही गाड़ी पकड़ी थी उन्होंने. Oh boy, elitism has died. Yeah, true. It's only thanks to Levy, Samay, and all these, creators who are not top players. 9-11 हो गया. अबे क्या बोल रहे हो सुपर भाई, क्या बोल रहे हो भाई. मैग्नस का स्टेटमेंट देखो, मैग्नस का स्टेटमेंट, क्या स्टेटमेंट भाई. टिक्कू प्रेडिक्टिंग मूव्स. I think now, so G6 will be my move, but Indian says Rook D1, and of course the idea is Knight F3, but I would play it safe and play G6 first. I would not dance around with tactics. Why? I just play G6 first. He will not blunder Rook D1 and Knight F3. That's not happening. उससे पहले की तरह बनाने का ट्राई करना, ये क्या है भाई. अरे पद्मिनी ने भी हेट दिया था समय को, बट वो तो नेशनल चैंपियन. यार पता है, द थिंग इज आई डोंट रिमेंबर किस बात पे हेट था, मुझे याद नहीं है एक्चुअली. सो आई कांट, मुझे एक्चुअली याद नहीं है क्या बोला था. मुझे बस इतना याद है बहुत लोगों ने इसको बोला था यार, बट देन दे बिकेम फ्रेंड्स. तो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू से एनीथिंग अगेंस्ट वन पर्सन, बट मेरे को सिर्फ इतना याद है कि यार बहुत लोगों ने बोला था. आज भी जीत गया तो कल सिर्फ ड्रॉ चाहिए. एग्जैक्टली माय पॉइंट मैन. इफ यू विंस टुडे इट बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इजी. चार एक काम करो, स्ट्रीम लाइक करो भाई. एक बार ना 300 वॉचिंग टच करनी है बस भाई, टच करनी है बस एक बार ना, बस एक बार भाई. कम ऑन चैट, लेट्स गो. अगर विदित इस राउंड जीत जाएगा तो नेक्स्ट राउंड ओपोनेंट कौन हो सकता है. नेक्स्ट राउंड ओपोनेंट हमने देखा नहीं. ही प्लेज रुक D1 जस्ट टू हैव अ लुक हु इज प्लेइंग नेक्स्ट राउंड. इफ ही विंस, Vidit will play Yu Yang Yi. अरे बाप रे, बड़ा खतरनाक प्लेयर है. He knocked out Ian from Nachi last World Cup. Very strong player and very effective. I think he was the one who knocked out Carlsen. He wasn't some, वो Bruce Yang Ji था. अच्छा, he was yeah, but he's very strong man. Not an easy match at all. चेस पीस को निप्पल से लॉन्च करेंगे तो बोलेंगे ना निप्पल से. आप ही चेस वर्ल्ड में कितनी इज्जत है. I assume probably many IEMs at least hate me. Probably that's my assumption. For example, मैंने एक चीटर को कॉल आउट किया था तो बहुत एक स्टेट से हेट मिला था मुझे, which was ridiculous because ASF ने चीटर डिक्लेयर किया था. But I honestly don't give a shit because मैं तो अपना काम करता हूँ यार, and जो अपना काम करे अपना काम करना चाहिए. He considered Tari as an enemy last week because he used to hang out with Anish. Now they are good friends, so he was happy not to be paired with him. अच्छा, okay. VD certified है टिक्कू भाई. VD certified. True. Controversy cornea I am. अरे भाई सागर भाई नहीं है भाई. सागर भाई is the most. कुछ तो बार हिला भाई, किसी ने तो अपना हिलाया भाई, किसी ने तो हिलाया कुछ. क्या हुआ भाई, रुको. Chat, I think he blundered. So now the thing is, he pins the knight, but it's like, Uno's reverse card. Now he can play king to e6, and you can't move this rook here because then there is knight f3 winning the Goda. So you have to move your something. So now the rook has only one move, rook to d8. So now the rook is passive, and now you can move the king forward. I think this was a big mistake. Because king can never move. King has no moves. The king has no moves. Look at this. Beautiful zugzwang position. King has no moves. Knight is pinned, has no moves. Pawn has no moves, I would take. Pawn has no moves. The only piece that can move is the rook on d8. But where do you move the rook? There are no moves. And knight f3. Vidit is winning. This was a blunder. King e6 भेल दिया है, rook d8 and king to e5. And if rook d7, then I think what do you play here? So the knight is pinned. I want to play knight. So maybe just rook somewhere. Like, okay, rook c1 maybe wins. Rook c1. Rook c1 wins the spot because now I have knight f3. Oh, he's winning. It's over. The match is over, chat. Oh, he gives a check. King f4. Let's go aage. Gukesh D भाई, किसी ने कुछ तो हिलाया भाई. कॉल करूंगा बंदों को. ये क्या भाई? Win the Duda win. Dude, I really hope he never plays Duda. चाहे 290 और watching, let's like the stream. एक बार 300 watching touch करनी है भाई. हाथ लगा के भाग जाएंगे भाई. बेल जाके भाग जाएंगे भाई. जल्दी से. Do like the stream. Let's get to 300 watching भाई. Touch करनी है एक बार. Let's go, 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 go. 296. 4 more. 4 more. 4 more. Let's go chat. Let's go. 300 नंबर देखना है मैंने. Come on, come on, come on, come on. स्टॉक मार्केट ऊपर जा रहा है भाई. लेट्स गो. इन्वेस्टमेंट बढ़ रही है भाई. 299. 1 more. 1 more. Let's go. वीडी के नाम पे 302 वॉचिंग भाई. पेल दिया भाई. लेट्स गो भाई. मजा आ गया भाई. चलो भाई. एंड इसी बहाने वीडी जीतेगा भाई. अब 300 टच कर दिया है तो वीडी जीतेगा. अब यो श्रेयांश देखा, लाइक करने से वॉचिंग बचती है, बढ़ती है भाई. देयर इज डायरेक्ट कोरिलेशन. डूडा वेद बोला है उसका टफेस्ट ओपोनेंट है. आई एग्री मैन, बट आई डोंट थिंक ही विल प्ले डूडा. आई डोंट थिंक सो. कर दे रिजाइन अब वाइट. ब्लूबाम मैथियस, मैं आ रहा हूं जर्मनी अगले साल मे बी, शायद. तब सिखाऊंगा तुझे कैसे खेलते हैं. फिक्र मत कर, फिक्र मत कर. जर्मन में सिखाऊंगा भाई. इश हाब चेस सिखाऊंगा भाई. Is it possible to play like Mikhail Tal in today's date? Of course, man. It's possible to play. You might not win too much, but it's possible to play. Sir, अभी टाइम नहीं पड़ने वाला. नहीं भाई, नो टाइम नहीं पड़ेगा. RWTHN जा रहे हो भाई, कुछ भी सकता है भाई. Who knows? Pragg's game. Pragg's game भाई. Pragg तो जीत गया होगा. You are funny dude. अरे अच्छा, एंड्रू टेट ने लिखा है. ओ आशुतोष शर्मा है, वो भी चलेगा भाई. चलेगा भाई. I really thought एंड्रू टेट ने लिखा है. Ish is a chess spielen. Spielen means play. Nice. With games out. By the way, Pragg chat, Pragg game is going on. Rook h6 played, h3 played, e5 played, rook b8. Doesn't give a shit. हमें ये pawn push करना है. King e3 excellent move. Pawn push excellent move. Check. King d5 excellent. d4 खेल सकते हो. Works. एक बार प्लीज चकले का भी गेम दिखा दो ना. आई एम अ फैन. चकले, चकी. अच्छा, इवानचुक. अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, रुको. चकले क्या है भाई? रुको भाई. इवानचुक खेल रहा है क्या? इवानचुक इज प्लेइंग. ही ड्रू अगेंस्ट वेई भाई. उसने ड्रॉ कर दिया यार. ऑपोजिट कलर बिशप्स. ओके, आई मीन आई एम नॉट इवन गोइंग टू लुक एट इट भाई. ऑपोजिट कलर बिशप्स इज, दैट मींस पूरी गेम बोरिंग थी. Okay, by the way, check given. You can't be serious. How did he blunder the game? Dude, King f4 was apparently winning. What is the difference? Rook f8 now. King e5. Check. King f6. Check. अच्छा, e7 आना था. अरे बाप रे, अरे बाप रे. e7 आना था. So basically you have to gradually bring the king back. Once you go to d5, it's not good. अरे बाप रे. So he made a mistake and now white is back in the game. It might be a draw. Oh no 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 no. He spoiled the game. That's why I did not like the move f takes g4, because now the room for error is much lower. अरे यार, ये क्या कर दिया वीडी भाई? Because these double pawns really limit his chances. Now the pawn can be defended. Vidi needs to come with some good move, because now the rook defends the knight. The king can move. He had a great zugzwang here. So basically he had to just come back. Even king f6 here is okay. But difficult to see such strategies. Less time. They don't have time, chat. I think that's the issue. They don't have time. I forgot the time situation. I think time come when dekha nahi, time is less. That's the problem. And they will not get any time now. Ruko chat, it might still work out. He has very low time on the clock. It might still work out for Vidi. It might still work out. But the only problem is f takes g4 I don't like. But anyways, going to the Pragg game once. एक बार Pragg game देखते हैं. d4 played. Yeah, Pragg is completely winning, man. Completely winning. Increment 30 seconds hai, that's enough. But what will happen is White has to be on the game, 100% correct, 100% time. He cannot falter. Vide can make a mistake or two and still be slightly better. So, White के लिए खेलना is much more difficult. Nihal has drawn his game भाई. मेरी कैमरा की बैटरी भी गई, कैमरा बैटरी चेंज कर रहा हूँ, तो Vide भी सोच रहा है क्या करना है. Gukesh won, Gukesh draw. He was not much worse, but slightly worse against SL, but he drew the game. बहुत क्रिटिकल है मोमेंट ये चैट, बहुत क्रिटिकल मोमेंट है. Gukesh खेल रहा है, just joined. He has already drawn chat. Gukesh has already drawn. Live position chat. King G2 just played. Excellent move by White. Oh, he played Rook D2 and now Rook H8. This is the live position. He should not be drawing. I know. Face cam आ रहा है chat. आ रहा है face cam आ रहा है. Camera battery changing. Ooh, H5 pawn hanging. VD under pressure. If he loses H5 तो game draw होने के chances बढ़ते जाएंगे. Oh my God. मेरे पास कोई बैटरी है ही नहीं कैमरा की. अरे बाप रे, शक्ल कैसे दिखाऊं? मेरी सारी बैटरी, तीनों बैटरी की बैटरी खत्म है. Oh my God. ये क्या हो गया चैट? लगता है कैमरा लगाना पड़ेगा अपना लैपटॉप वाला. रुको है मिल गया है भाई, है. बच गए बाल शायद है भाई. नहीं है भाई. बैटरी नहीं है भाई. बहुत बढ़िया. मैं कैमरा चार्जिंग पे लगाया है चैट. तब तक के लिए आई थिंक मैं अपना वो कैमरा लगाता हूं. रुको भाई. आई ऐड माय क्या था वो, आधार कार्ड गेम था ना. आधार कार्ड कैम. ओ सही दिख रहा है भाई, इतना बुरा नहीं है यार. नॉट सो बैड. चलेगा भाई. आधार कार्ड कैम चलेगा भाई. तीनों बैटरी की बैटरी खत्म है. एग्जैक्टली. क्लासिक टिक्कू. रुको भाई, कैमरा भी चार्जिंग के लिए लगाता हूं भाई. रुको, हाँ, ताकि थोड़ा चार्ज जाए, ताकि वीडियो की फाइनल मूव हम HD में देखे भाई. HD. शक्ल दिखानी भी नहीं है. दिखानी है. रेस्ट नहीं करना भाई, वीडियो गेम देखनी है भाई. Because Pragg will win. अगर वीडियो की पोजीशन ऐसी होती है, I would end the stream because it's completely winning. But वीडियो गेम बहुत क्रिटिकल है यार, देखना पड़ेगा. Because you can see the time यार, they have no time on the clock. Hence the problem. फैज में खौफ बढ़ रहा है. अरे भाई बहुत कुछ बढ़ रहा है भाई. What does he do now, by the way? How G6 is the only move, right? G6 is the only move, but after G6, then I can attack this. How do you save this pawn? Oh, it happened in the game, I think. It happened. He played G6 and Rook G8. How do you... Oh, VD spoiled the game, man. Maybe Knight F5 is the only move now. Because Knight F5, if you take, I have King, Knight takes H4 and it's a fork. But still, it's getting very close now. Knight E6 also, I think, does the same thing. Yep, also possible. But I like Knight F5 because it also attacks the H4 pawn. Video has so much difficult converting here. Yeah, but this was difficult. I think time pressure was the issue. I'm still hoping his opponent blunders because he will not get any time on the clock. What really needs is to save these pawns. He cannot allow white to pick up the G6 pawn because ये इसको बचा रहा है, but इसको कोई नहीं बचा रहा है भाई. That देखो ना, ये दोनों defended है, but this is not defended. You have to save this pawn somehow, and then he can play on. अगर ये मर गया तो game draw है भाई. Then he can't do anything. Knight to E2, but again, Knight to E2 is going in the wrong direction. First of all, not only can the king slowly put pressure here, you're actually losing the rook. So, I would say, I don't know if you're big fans of Levy, the rook, but this is not a sacrifice, this is a blunder, bhai. Sacrifice nahi hai. Tikku stream is the only stream I watched at 144p. Arey bhai, mera only, I mean, that means you are an only fan. Come on, really? How? Knight F5 has to be the move. Oh, King E5? Wait, was he worried about like Rook D8 check? I think was he worried about this because it is not the same. Because now after Rook G8, I think I have Knight E4 at least. It's not the same. I think he messed it up, chat. I think he messed it up. I'm really hoping his opponent like sees ghosts and does not take on G6. That's the only hope. And he took the pawn. What is Vidit's plan now? I see nothing. There's nothing possible. It's a draw. अबे यार क्या किया Vidi यार? Winning game थी यार. भाई winning game draw कर लिया यार. We're in bad form, 2 minutes versus 1 minute. No, I am not worried about the time. Time is completely irrelevant. I am worried about yaar, why did he spoil it? Like no way. Like, I can understand missing the previous part, like jo tha wo knight, whatever it was. But this was, I mean, how can this be the better choice? Giving the pawn away. Maybe he has some trap in mind which I have not seen, but I just don't see how this can be the better move. There is no way this can be the better move. Like no way whatsoever. Rook d1. The knight is trapped, but white can pick up these 2 pawns. He can sack the knight. He can sack the knight. He can pick up these 2 pawns. Check. Yeah, he plays that. Abey yaar. He can sack the knight and pick up these 2 pawns, and it will be a draw. Abey yaar, this is unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Gukesh ka draw hua yaar. Gear 5 aa raha hai. I don't watch gear bhai. सर कौन से मूव में ओपोनेंट का ड्रॉ कर ग्रेड कर जाएगा भाई यार? आई थिंक इट वाज समवेयर हियर वेयर ही हैड टू प्ले द मूव. या यहां पे आई थिंक इट वाज समवेयर हियर. चेक, ही हैड टू प्ले टू द एफ फाइल एंड नॉट द डी फाइल. बेसिकली व्हाट हैपेंड वाज, क्योंकि डी फाइल खेला, द किंग इज फार अवे फ्रॉम हिज पॉन्स एंड नाउ व्हाइट जस्ट टुक द पॉन. ही जस्ट टुक द पॉन एंड नाउ इट्स इक्वल. Yeah, he should have chances, man. He should have chances on knight f5. I don't know why he did not play this. Engine shows it's minus 1.5 still. And no surprise. I mean, you can't take the pawn, so why not knight f5? I'm still in shock. Why did he not play this? I mean, it took me 1 second to find it, man. I know I used the engine, but honest opinion, it took me 1 second to find it. That means he saw it and still said no to this move, which is ridiculous to me. Rook g6. This was the trap there. Now this is the position, but he might win the knight, but I still think it's a draw. Gear 5 hype is real. Really? आज चंद्रयान 3 ने मून को ऑर्बिट करना शुरू कर दिया है, तो अपना प्लॉट बुक कर लो फिर मून पे. आ गया टाइम. कब मिल रही है? निहाल का दिखाओ. एक सेकेंड. हाउ ओल्ड इज निहाल सरीन? नाइनटीन. सो आई कैन मेक जोक्स. नहीं यार, उसका ड्रॉ हो चुका है भाई. क्यों भाई, क्यों किया वीडी भाई, क्यों भाई? एंड नाउ व्हाइट प्लेस द बेस्ट मूव, रूक टू g8, एंड ही डजंट टेक द पॉन. ही इज लाइक, इफ यू टेक माय नाइट, आई गिव अ चेक एंड पिक अप योर रूक. So you can't even take the knight. Is this what Vidi missed? Maybe this is what he missed. I don't know. Now Vidi low on time. I mean, he can. I mean, when he wants a draw, he can take it anytime he wants to. But he's not winning this game now. Pragg का एक सेकंड देखते हुए. Pragg has won, chat. Pragg has won. No surprise there. Pawns are running away. Rook भी sack कर दिया. Easy victory there. Rook takes h3 and Pragg has won. So Pragg is the only guy I think who won today, as far as I can see. Pragg and Carlsen. So Vidit had a very good chance with the black pieces. It would have pretty much sealed the deal because he won with black. But now it's looking very difficult. So yeah, he must be very angry. I hope he has that team which can really help him, become emotionally stable and not worry too much about today now and focus on tomorrow. Vidit winning. Really? Let me check. Knight f5 he played. Rook e8 check. King f4. How is it winning though? What is the winning plan? King h2. Knight h4 possible hai. But then he will play knight g2 check and rook. Knights get traded off and rook endgame is drawn. So you can't even take this pawn. Abey yaar. Sasitan bhai, I do feel like Vidi is the guy who has blundered the most winning games. Like usually Nihal के केस में मुझे याद है last year at least he was drawing a ton of games. याद है? He was drawing with 2300s, 2400s. But once he solved that, he gained it on flipping again. Pragg का भी same, Arjun का भी same, Gukesh का तो of course. Vidi is the one who draws a ton of winning games. That part I have to agree with you. At first it was time. And today, I think it was not the time itself. I think it was just, I don't know, I still can't comprehend why he gave the G6 pawn. I still can't comprehend it. कोई reason है ही नहीं. It's just a blank spot or something. If he doesn't take the pawn, then he's equal material. If he takes, it's a draw. Rook d5, okay, he maintains the pressure, but I mean, you have to be careful, yeah? Knight d2 is almost mate. Only one square. Only one square. Just saying, भाई ध्यान रखो ऐसा ना मेट ही हो जाए भाई. थोड़ा ध्यान रखने का भाई प्लीज. अपनी मेट ना लग जाए भाई. किंग के पास एक ही स्क्वायर है भाई f3 नाइट g2 के बाद. टाइम प्रेशर भी है, पैनिक करना बहुत आसान है. Pragg ने फंस क्या खेला. ब्यूटीफुल गेम है Pragg यार. Pragg, I have to admit, like, he's growing after Gukesh, he's growing the fastest. Look at the ratings, man. He's gaining like 2.6. He's already crossing Hare Krishna today. He must have already crossed Hare Krishna, I think. Let me check. Yep, he's already crossed Hare Krishna, and if Vidit, let's say, draws and Pragg wins tomorrow, then he will cross Vidit tomorrow. Like, if Pragg wins and Vidit by chance touch wood, I hope he doesn't, but he loses, then he might cross Vidit tomorrow. So he's playing really well. King g1 played, okay, very, very careful have to be, because if you play knight somewhere, they might be mating ideas now. Knight g2, king f3 and rook e3 is mate. Oh, g3 played. Oh, okay, but that's a draw offer, right? It's a draw now. I think Vidit was worried about the mate. I think he was worried. It's very obvious he was worried. He know he has spoiled it, and he was really worried. For example, chat, let's say you play knight d4. I think this is mate. Knight g2 check, king f5, rook e3. So that to me was insane कि इतने कम material में mate हो रही है. So that's why Vidit was a bit worried, and logically so. And he gives himself the g4 square. So makes a lot of sense. Vidit is not great time pressure. That's the only problem. If he had more time, he would have won this game. Yeah, possibly, man. But this was a bit difficult also. But yeah, वो समझ नहीं आया मुझे जो उसने g6 pawn दिया. Takes. Yeah, he might win this one, but and also, by the way, check ke baad, check given. Chat, do not take this pawn. I'm getting a feeling it will be very bad. King h4, knight g2 check, king h3, knight f4. So be very, very careful what you do, Vidit. King h3. ये भी काफी scary है भाई for both sides. Like, even black could blunder some mate here. Knight g3, rook d2, rook g2, something with the knight's moves. Even like, this is not over, chat. This is not over. Both sides have 1 minute. This could go either way. Even though material कुछ board पे है ही नहीं, it can go either way. अरे भाई साहब, थोड़ी complicated position है भाई. Knight f3. Okay, so what can he do? He can give a check. Knight g4 check in the air. By the way, you have to be very careful, yeah. भाई मेरी अबे अर्थ का आया क्या? अबे मेरी कुर्सी हिली भाई. आई डोंट नो अर्थ का आया. पास में ट्रेन भी चलती है तो ट्रेन भी हो सकती है. आई डोंट नो. माय चेयर वाज मूविंग. भाई दिस इज स्कैरी. Come on. Rook here. बहुत दूर ले गया भाई. Logical. No folks anymore. Chat, this game is not over yet. I am still waiting on this because this is very critical and कुछ भी हो सकता है because kings ना बहुत awkwardly placed हैं दोनों. Because knight here, rook here is made for Vidit, and any wrong move for the knight, and there will be some knight g5 check and some discovered check, and it might be mate also. I feel the same looking at Vidit's trauma. I don't think it's Vidit's trauma. I think either it was the train or शायद अफेक आया हो. Rook g5, okay, trying to capture this. But the game is giving you goosebumps. No, but I don't think so. I think it's time for Vidit to take the draw now. Just give checks and take the draw. I don't think there's much to play for. He might play for a while, or I think, yeah, he's taking the draw, I think he's doing it. By the way, king should not go to g1, yeah? I think that's very risky. He has to go to, I don't know, e1, e3, e1 maybe? He should not go to... By the way, knight d2 is the best move. Wow. King e1, he should not go to g2 is lost. I hope he goes to there. Earthquake alert. आया है क्या earthquake सच में? I don't... King e1 gone, yeah. ड्रॉ में रेटिंग कम होती है, हाँ हल्की सी होगी यार, हल्की सी होगी। भाई फिर से हिला यार, भाई फिर से हिला यार कुर्सी, क्या हो रहा है भाई? भाई अभी भी हिल रहा है भाई, अर्थक्वेक आ रहा है क्या? भाई डर लग रहा है यार, भागू क्या मैं? भाई अर्थक्वेक आ रहा है क्या? यार ट्रेन है, ट्रेन की आवाज भी आ रही है, ट्रेन होगी भाई। सच में डर लग रहा है तो भाई 10 घंटे पहले आया है अर्थक्वेक जम्मू में, तो अभी भी आ सकता है यार। खाना खा ले। Why is engine showing -0.22? I still don't know. I hope ट्रेन ही हो भाई। भाई अभी भी क्यों हिल रहा है यार? ओके स्टेबल। 21 के सबके लिए स्पीड रन। अरे भाई ऐसे तो बोलो यार, अभी बहुत कम करना है जिंदगी में बाकी। पूछता हूँ घर पे किसी को फील हुआ क्या? आई थिंक ट्रेन होगी मोस्ट लाइकली, बट स्टिल जस्ट टू बी श्योर, ऐसा ना हो मैं स्ट्रीम करता रह जाऊं। पूछ लिया भाई, किसी को फील हुआ क्या? किंग G2 भाई वीडियो भी कोशिश कर रहा है भाई पूरी, ये स्टिल ट्राइंग। चैट स्ट्रीम लाइक करो, कैन वी टच 350 वाचिंग, इज इट पॉसिबल? कम ऑन चैट स्ट्रीम लाइक करो एज वीडी फिनिश ऑफ द गेम, लेट्स डू इट। वाइब्रेटर निकालो, ये क्या है भाई? ओके नाउ इट्स अ ड्रॉ मैन, नाउ इट्स अ ड्रॉ। द वाइट किंग हैज रन अवे, he has cheated on you with your wife and he is running away now, you can't catch him anymore and yeah it's just a draw now। पाकिस्तान में आया है, सच में आया क्या? म्यूजिक यार ये मुझे याद भी नहीं, दिस इज ओल्ड म्यूजिक व्हिच आई हैड फ्रॉम सम प्लेटफॉर्म, बेन साउंड म्यूजिक से था, वहां पे मिल जाएगा तुम्हें, मुझे नाम वाम याद नहीं है। लेकिन क्या किया आपने वाईटी चैनल को? डेड से बढ़िया वॉचिंग आना शुरू हो गई भाई, पता नहीं आया क्या तो पाकिस्तान? क्या बात कर रहे हो, सच में आया क्या? अरे बाप रे सच में, सही बताओ तो मैं आई वाज नॉट जोकिंग यार। रुको 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 रुको, क्या बात कर, सच में आया क्या भाई? मेरे को तो दिख नहीं रहा है कहीं पे। 5 घंटे 10 घंटे पहले का दिख रहा है। 5 घंटे पहले अर्जेंटीना में आया है, 10 घंटे पहले दिल्ली में आया है, सॉरी जम्मू में आया है, और 7 घंटे पहले, और ये क्या है भाई, 14 घंटे पहले इंडोनेशिया में आया है भाई। पिछले 24 घंटों में इंडोनेशिया में 6.0, अर्जेंटीना में 6.1 और जम्मू में 5.2 आ चुका है भाई। ये क्या चल रहा है भाई? ओ आया है मतलब, आई वाज नॉट मेकिंग दिस अप, जेन्युइनली अर्थक्वेक आया था। व्हाट द हेल, शुड आई गो डाउनस्टेयर्स भाई? ये क्या चक्कर चल रहा है भाई? बाय बाय चैट। भाई स्ट्रीम कल कर लेंगे भाई। ठीक है चैट, आई थिंक ये ड्रॉ ही होना है, द गेम इज एनीवे ओवर, सो आई थिंक दिस कॉल्स फॉर द एंड ऑफ द स्ट्रीम and it's called for running downstairs just in case. So bye bye chat, see you tomorrow. I was not kidding, draw ही है भाई, तो इसमें कोई चांस ही नहीं है। ठीक है chat, I'll eat some dinner, take care, keep smiling. I was right, I was not making this up by on stream. So bye chat, take care, hopefully कल मिलेंगे भाई। Bye bye, take care, see you soon.